Eugene. It's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. The Irrelevant Files. It's good to see you again. Hey, man. The Irrelevant Files. What's going on, man? It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Dr. Bose with all the hoes because he knows, right? All right, Dr. Bose. What's good, brother? It's good to see you. And thank you again for taking care of me on Facebook, Dr. Bose. If you guys aren't too familiar, Dr. Bose, I believe he runs this Facebook page. If I'm not, or if I am mistaken, Dr. Bose, please let me know that I am mistaken. But I think he runs this channel right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in the chat. There it is. That is the Facebook group. You guys go ahead and join that if you hadn't already. It's legit and it's solid. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. It's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all. Man, Lord Racer. Lord Racer, what's going on, brother? Man, Lord Racer, see Lightning. Man, I've been seeing y'all like all day today, man. I've been jumping in this chat, that chat. We went and we visited Natch and Z. We visited a whole bunch of those guys. You know, Natch was like, so Z, what is it that you think that maybe those guys that went and did the final experiment, do you think that perhaps they probably fooled everyone, but still the earth, it's still rising, so it doesn't matter what it is to us, right? Right. And then Z's like, of course, Natch, and it doesn't matter because Jaren. It's like, let me stop. I got to work on my Z. So I definitely got to work on my Z because my Z impersonation needs a little bit of spice, a little bit of mustard to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because I visited their channel today. And Victoria Salt, what's going on, sis? Victoria Salt, Coherence 888-888. What's happening, sis? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It was cool to see those guys. I hadn't seen them in a while. Ulick, what's happening, brother? It's good to see you, Mr. Ulick. Probably new. Welcome, welcome. All right. You're a Vlad virgin. Well, I hope to bust your cherry tonight. Okay, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. Sarah G. Sarah G in the house, y'all. Sarah G. Okay, Sarah G, what's going on, sis? Sarah G is in the house. Twilight Nights, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. Twilight Nights is in the house. Man, so many new faces, so many new people. Welcome. I am happy to have you. And while I'm saying hi to you, let my guest, Sav Soul, is in the house. Sav, what's going on, brother? What's happening, man?
What's happening, Mr. Smarter Defense, Mr. Big Shot, eh?
You think you're so special, eh? What's going on, man? It's good to see you.
Oh, man. Cold as hell.
Yep.
It was like 11 degrees this morning.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And you're further south than me.
Yeah. Well, I'm in that valley. And let me tell you something, man. There ain't no way those motherfuckers wearing no shirt to pose for a fucking picture. Not in this kind of cold, baby.
Hell no.
Nuh-uh. That ain't happening. I don't care, not even for 2 minutes. You ain't going to be able to stand out there and do like this and everything.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Especially you add some wind to that motherfucker. Oh, hell no. It's like putting hot sauce on something, man. No, hell no. You're just spicing it up. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell.
And I got to say, for your Z impersonation, you need to get a little more of the nasal, like the extreme white, but almost like a Brooklyn Jew. And you can do Z. Absolutely.
I don't know, Natch. These guys say that the earth is flat. I don't know. I don't understand what they're talking about. They could be wrong.
Now take back the Yiddish a little bit and you got it.
They could be wrong. They could be right. Who knows? Disc Lord, what's happening, bro? Disc Lord's in the house.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Ironwork. What's going on, Ironwork? What's happening, man? I've been mocking you a little bit too, Disc Lord. No hate.
It happens.
It's good to see you. Mr. Super Sidewander's in the house. What's going on, brothers? What's going on? What's going on? Peter W. Mr. Peter W. W for Wumbo. For all you guys that watch SpongeBob, you know what I'm talking about when I say Wumbo. It's good to see you, Peter W. Peter
Did you
W.
know that
Yeah,
SpongeBob SquarePants, all of the characters represent one of the 7 deadly sins?
you told me that.
Yeah, man.
That was you that put that out there. Yep. Yep. That's wild.
Yeah, man. But you said when you think about it and you go, oh wow, you can pick it out. You know which ones are which too.
And obviously Patrick must be glutton.
Gluttony, sloth.
Sloth and gluttony. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And SpongeBob is definitely lust. He's lust. He's look, he just goes
How much?
crazy about the Krabby Patties, and he's just
Yes.
always
And
everything is just
working.
like he's all in, right?
That's right. Not lustful enough when it comes to trying to get his license, though. I don't know what the hell his problem is. You know, ABC girl. It's been a while since I seen you in here. ABC's in the house. Where there's ABC, Sean Alki might be around. I don't know where Sean Alki's at, but it's good to see you, sis. ABC's in the house, y'all. Angela Baby Carson. Okay, serious business. Serious business. I love the name. Serious business. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Nate X, man. Bjorn. Bjorn Anderson. Bjorn.
I like the name Bjorn. That's cool, man.
Bjorn.
Yeah, it means bear.
Does it mean bear? Really?
It means bear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Bernstein Bjorns.
Yeah. Almost.
The Bernstein Bjorns.
Bernstein Bjorns. I like it.
Hey guys, would you like for me to read you the latest issue of the Bernstein Bjorns? We got stuck up in the snow this weekend.
Smokey
Mama Bernstein. Yeah, Smokey the Bjorn. Yeah, Yogi Bjorn.
Yeah, Yogi Bjorn. That'd be pretty. How you put a Swedish accent on that, or even Norwegian, or anything like that? Say, hey, boo boo, let's go get some picnic.
Gee, Yogi, I don't know about all that, Yogi.
But what about the Ranger?
All right. Nano CBD, what's going on, bro? It's good to see you, family. Who else? Bjorn. Smokey the Bjorn. Bjorn Grillis.
There you go. I used to watch that Yogi the Bear, and I was like, hold on. That park ranger's got a gun, ain't he?
Yeah, right.
They got bears messing with people's own food. That's definitely a relocation offense. I can tell you that right now.
Smokey over there wearing that damn fedora and that damn tie of his.
Well, they don't tell you the true story about Smokey the Bear. They say that he was orphaned because of his parents were killed in a forest fire. And he was raised by the forestry department. But actually what it is Smokey was a little delinquent. He's the one that set the fire that killed his parents and shit. So, see, that's the thing they don't tell you. I'm just making that shit.
Oh, I was like, that sounds like a European Smokey the Bear or Eastern European Smokey the Bear.
Oh yeah, he's always chasing after that little Goldilocks too. He's the same guy.
Goldilocks and the three Bjorns.
Then the three Bjorns.
All right, family. So now that we're all packed in, and then we're gonna accept more, obviously. But it's good to see y'all. Now, like I said, today I visited Notch and I visited Z. It's good to get on the channels from time to time, the different channels and stuff. And, I was greeted. Of course, I knew I was going to get Carrie Skates. What's going on, bro? It's good to see you, family. Carrie Skates is in the house. Well, I was, of course, I knew I was going to be greeted with some elbows and some shins, but that was to be expected. Yeah, it was a little bit rough getting in there, but, I greeted them accordingly. And it was good to see him. Now, of course, I was interrogated. I was heavily interrogated. They were like, so are you a truther or are you not? Then they were like observing me. They were like, checking me, looking at the white.
I've been like, who the fuck made you the arbiter of that?
Yeah, right. It's cool, man.
You got too high of a self-opinion of yourself there. You need to have that knocked back a little bit there. Nobody put you in charge. You ain't the sheriff.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hold on for a second. You guys talk real quick. It's my little girl.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah, man. So it's like you gotta take this. This is what these people start getting this idea that because they have a popular channel or they've got a lot of subscribers, and let's not forget, man, they're most likely surrounded in that instance by yes men. And when you're surrounded by yes men, nothing you say is wrong. And it's easy for you to get that idea that, oh, I'm the arbiter of truth. I'm Mr. Bigwig. I'm Mr. Big Shot. And what I say, people listen to and shit. Well, those are people that fall into that perception deception that I talk about all the time. Accepting information blindly on a false sense of familiarity with the presenter of the information. And that's not necessarily a good way to go. When it comes to deciphering information, take it in, run it through your own mind. God give you the brains. He give you the know-how. He give you that, and it took the establishment to make you dumb. Claim it back. Wipe off all the shit that somebody else put in your brain, and only fill it up with the stuff that you decide to go there. That's how you got to do it. But ain't nobody out here the arbiter of truth. The reality, the arbiter of truth is God. And you don't dare take that spot. I can go with what is true and what is not. I'm able to decipher and distinguish most often what is and what isn't. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes it's right off the bat. But if you're led by that perception deception, a false sense of familiarity with the presenter of the information based on the fact that, oh, I watch his show all the time, or he's got a lot of subscribers, and oh, there's a lot of t-shirts and all this other nonsense. You ain't doing your own damn thinking. That's all there is to it. There's a reason they picked a trustworthy, concerned, grandfatherly type man to deliver the evening news in the 70s and 60s, right? Because, yeah, would Grandpa lie to you? Yeah. Right? All right. So they always rely on that. And then as they steered us on through the sexual revolution and the loosening and dissolution of morals, came the introduction of the info babe, right? Now they hypnotize you with your screen. They give you a little countdown, spinning concentric circles and shit that go 4, 3, 2, 1. It goes down in the corner. You're now in an alpha wave brain state, and on comes the info babe with look at my tits while I lie to you. And the subconscious mind is looking at it going, oh, if me agree with pretty girl mate with me. That's where it's going to.
Yep. Fox News is good at that.
How could that pretty young thing lie to me about that shit? Well, a lot of pretty young things lie all the time because they know they can fucking get away with it. And that's what you got to watch.
And all they got to do is cry a little bit. And then you're like, all right, man, she wouldn't be doing that and crying and lying to me like that. It works every time. Works every time on most guys. I don't play that stuff, boy. But yeah, man, like not unfortunately. I thought it was a good thing. It was good getting on that channel. They gave me shit a little bit. That was to be expected. But really what they wanted was my take on the whole final experiment, because they were going to get a visitor today, and it was going to be Austin Whitsitt. And it was actually Austin Whitsitt. So we didn't cross the streams, Whitsitt and I, but he got on to explain himself to Z and Notch, mostly to Z, right? Because Z was sitting over there poking and prodding. But basically the question that came to me was so do you believe it was all fake? And I'm like, no, I don't think it was all fake. I was like, there's some that believe all of it was fake, sure. But I was like, but my issue, like my big takeaway, despite all this stuff that's going on, are a couple of things, right? It was obviously the vape gate, right? And the things that come along with it, the multiple holes, and the one that I'm focusing on is vape gate. And what do you think the other one is? The passport.
I don't know, missing unaccountable for time.
Well, there's that, and then there's
the fact that we have no accountability from the 18th or the 19th at all. Nope. If indeed they actually did come back on the 17th,
and that's another good one. Yeah,
if that's such a hot button issue and pissed you off so bad, it could be dispelled real simple.
Easy.
Okay.
Just give us some
There's no
receipts.
need for you to freak out. And if I am shown to be wrong on this, then by all means, I was wrong on it.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't give me an indication as to what did you do all day on the 18th in Puerto Arenas?
Yeah.
You didn't bother making a video of, oh, we're going to have to spend a day here, but hey, let's look around town and I can show you around some of the shops, and maybe we'll go have some of that famous Chilean sea bass I've heard so much about, or
exactly
any fucking thing, even on just a 5-minute video, just touching in. Here we are doing this, that, and the other. Can't wait to get the hell back home. Whatever the case, but there's totally unaccounted for days.
Mm-hmm. I went to I went to a Radio Shack in Chili's. Why is that important? They don't have a Radio Shack in America. They have one apparently in Chile. So check it out, guys. I'm at Radio Shack. Anything silly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's it was that, but I didn't mention that. But of course I mentioned Vapegate. And then what I didn't get to mention because I wasn't on there long enough was the passport, man.
There you go.
I was like, it's the passport. If the police ask me, where were you on the date of blah, 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 because we've got you lined up to be accused as the murderer. And I'm like, here you go. Where do you think I was? Check it out.
Right.
Look at all these little stamps I got. I got all the pictures and everything, right? You ain't going to OJ my ass. I was out the country on these days specifically, like during this week. So, like, even now, us not getting the dang these guys aren't stupid, right? I want people to realize these guys are grown men and they're not stupid men, right? A lot of what we know, a lot of what we've learned about this flat earth, we've learned because of them. I know I did. I don't know about you guys, but I know I did. Frank Monday, it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you. Frank Monday's in the house, y'all. I haven't seen you in a while. And the True Few is also in the house. The True Few, what's going on? God Heart Guardian, what's going on, brother? What's going on? What's going on? Vada, what's happening? It's good to see you as well. And then, so with us knowing these things about these guys and knowing that they're not dumb, they are very capable young men, right? For these things to not be divulged to us, that makes me even more suspicious, because you want to know something like you said, Saab, they would ask us for those same receipts. They'd be like, well, where's your passport? Where's your passport? Be like, man, here it is right here, bro. Here's the tickets right here, man. Here's the bag receipt. And that's one of the things that he burnt was his bag receipt joint.
Right.
Set it on fire, which I thought was strange. I'm like, I guess burning the evidence, I guess. Okay. That's something, because this is something that Nacho also mentioned. He was like, well, ironwork, it looks as if he just burned the paper. And I'm like, that was his bag receipt. Like, I was looking. That was his bag receipt. Either way, like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I wasn't trying to hide nothing. I have my feelings towards it, but I'd say the biggest tell of all for me is the lack of effort. The lack of effort that you're putting towards this final observation, right?
Yeah.
What you're not doing, and what the other guys are doing, right? Because for all the grief and all the crap that we give those guys of the globe, they went down there with a mission. They went down there with a plan. They went down there and they executed. Whether they executed and they got nothing, or they executed and they got something, even though it doesn't matter because it's not a ball anyway. The fact is that they did work. They executed.
Right.
And then on top of that, they probably got live footage as well. And then as a bonus, apparently they got the moon too. So I'm like, if these guys that we absolutely despise, if they could achieve all of this, how shitty do we look as flat earthers? You know what I'm saying? So let's ignore Mountain Gate, Vape Gate, Ice Shoes Gate, Bicycle Ice Gate, Breath Gate, Hot Dog Gate, fucking all these other gates and fences. Let's ignore that. Let's pay attention to what was done and then what was not done, right? I'm like, man, I could have sent a child out there. The child would have gotten a lot more data than those guys, which it sounds bad because we're playing armchair quarterback right now. I get it.
Mhm.
I get it. So it's like hindsight is always 2020, but it's like, so you guys go out there and you basically set the bar so fucking low that now we know because of your error, right? We know how to handle business, but it's like, you could have made better errors, if anything.
Mhm.
You didn't have to do all that. You could have made stuff like, oh man, if only you position the camera like this. Well, if you position the camera like that, maybe for next time. But good enough on you that you had the
Mhm.
wherewithal to go
Mhm.
ahead and conduct this thing. But
Mhm.
you didn't. You didn't. You didn't have wherewithal. You didn't have herewithal. You had no withal. None at all. Right?
Well, here's something too. All right. So even with the Glover guys, okay,
Hmm.
the Glover guys knew full well that if they came back with that shit, people were going to be picking it apart and everything else like that. And was it really all right? Well, have you ever seen police body cam footage?
Yeah.
I'm sure if you watch YouTube, if you've ever watched any of these things, like that, and you see the body cam footage. In fact, you always see it's Axion is usually the company because the logo is right on there, along with a time and date stamp. This is what gives the video validity because then
Yes.
it can be crop reference to the time of the call, to the location of the call. All that shit can be corroborated right there. And it doesn't block your view of
That's
what
right.
you're filming.
Qualitative
Okay.
evidence, it's called. That's right.
See absolutely no date time stamps on anything at all. The best you get is whatever YouTube tells you that the stream date or the upload date was.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, knowing full well, especially with the Globers, that people are going to be questioning anything you fucking bring back to start with. Why not even just bolster your own and have a time and date stamp on all of it, even your time lapse, because it would show it going forward ahead real fast over through the period of time, wouldn't it?
Hmm. Hmm.
Absolutely, 100%. So that kind of bothered me. I mean, like I said, people say, well, you was really kind of picking you. And I'm like, look, man, it's simple shit that any scientist would do. You're going to record the temperature. You're going to record the wind speed. These are variables. These
Yes.
are different variables. You want to make note of everything that's going on around you,
Yes.
not just the observation. We have a such and such temperature. We're at such and such a degrees latitude in the south. We are looking at the sun in a direction of northwest by so many degrees. We have a declination angle of such and such.
Yes.
Boom. And the temperature is
That's right. The dew point
okay.
is the or the tours, the freaking ambient, the pressure outside, whatever. All
Right.
that stuff. And then you get used to doing that over and over. You're like, all right, reporting, blah blah blah, to where people are like, all right, I get it. Like you went down there and you did that. And then it's like a check in the box. Well, Jaron and Austin did these things. Boom. And then they did it from multiple perspectives because they didn't just use their camera, just so we could see if there's a difference, if there's a difference, if there's a change, because maybe one of those cameras, maybe one of those barometers or whatever they got out there, thermometers, is faulty, right? So you want
Right.
to like compare and contrast. So you have all this data stacked up in your favor so that when
Right.
you do come back, really, we don't have any questions other than, was the food good? Did you run into any girls, man? Were there any girls out there? Well, I wouldn't ask them because they're married. But you see anything cool? Did you see any aliens? We wouldn't ask basic fucking questions. Did you get a 24-hour sun? We wouldn't ask that because it would have been obvious that they did all those things. They
Right.
did
Right. Right.
everything leading up to that. But they failed to do that. And because they failed to do that, but it's the question is, why did they not do that? Right. And so some of my answers uh fall on the heels of, it's because they were expecting, it looks as if they were expecting the Globe guys to do the heavy lifting.
Yep.
And to that, I'm like, you've got to be out of your mind.
Well, I think I heard one of the excuses, and I'm wanting to say Jaron said it, was that, well, we just didn't really expect that we were going to see a 24-hour sun. That's no fucking excuse.
That's
If
not
you're
that you,
watching The Wire for Charlie coming through and infiltrating the camp, you can't say, I went ahead and took a nap because Intel said there wouldn't be no chart. No, that's not how that works. You got Starlight on and you're watching the fucking line until it's your turn to be relieved. That's all.
Yep.
You got a mission.
Even if that's right, even if there was like 20 minutes, say they were observing something like a 24-hour sun, and then for 20 minutes that thing disappears, well, guess what? You don't have a 24-hour sun anymore.
That's right.
You don't have a 24-hour sun anymore. 20 minutes, a couple of seconds, whatever, if it disappears, it ain't that no more. It ain't what you thought it was, right? So then these guys failed, and somebody mentioned a good point, right? Bro Sanchez mentioned that. So if you look right there, it looked like Jaren and David Weiss, they all have an IMDb, right? And so Bro Sanchez would have just said it just like that.
Yep.
And it is what it is. Those guys are actors, right? They made a movie where they put flat Earth on the map in a bad way, right? Where it kind of made us look silly, but it almost appears as if they tried to do it again. Many people within the community have called this out. Notably, shout out to Eddie Alencar. You see, Jaren tried to do it again. Jaren, I bet you he's going to go back to the globe, right? Eddie Alencar been saying that for months now.
Man.
And that's Jaren is like, guys, fuck you flat earthers. You guys are a bunch of fucking retards. I'm not a fucking flat earther no more, right? So that's what we're hearing now. And Eddie Alencar is like, you see, I told you. So because he told us, and because Jaren's doing just that, guess what the rest of the fucking people on the outside are saying? There goes flat earth fucking up again. They don't give a fuck about this internal shit going on over here, those people on the outside. They don't. All they see is the quote unquote 24-hour sun going down. Saab, I think, yeah, you sent me the link today on my phone, but we saw on the Aussie news that they had, the flat earthers and a whole bunch of other people going to observe the 24-hour sun. They don't care about the internal strife. They don't care about who lied. They don't care about no vape gate, freaking shoe leather gate, none of that. They don't care about none of that. All they know is the news that they get back. And why is this important? Because science is going to grab a hold of this. Of course, mainstream science. They're going to grab a hold of this. They're going to run with this information.
Private chat, bro.
Yep, check in. They're going to run with that information. So here we go. We've got here, and I'm going to show this to y'all. We've got Kiwi filmmakers captures a 24-hour sun. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share that with y'all real quick. Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah. So Kiwi filmmaker captures 24 hours. Can y'all see that? Or is it too small? Let me go ahead and
Looks good.
Okay. Okay, let's get back to it. Let me get that thing off the bottom real quick. Look like, okay. All right, Kiwi filmmaker captures 24-hour sunshine in Antarctica on the summer solstice. So that was their summer solstice. That's 21st December 2021. Okay. But this is 2021 in Antarctica. What's that look like to you? That I don't know what that is right there, but okay. Night falls, but the sun still hangs high. Welcome to Antarctica during the height of the summer, where the sun never dips below the horizon and it never gets dark. Footage was recorded at New Zealand Scott Base on Wednesday during the Southern Hemisphere's summer solstice, the longest day of the year. The solstice was peaked at 4:58 a.m. New Zealand time, and award-winning Kiwi filmmaker Anthony Powell was there to capture the moment. Okay. He used the time-lapse camera to track the sun's passage through the sky, compressing 30 hours in just 70 seconds. Wow, 30 hours. Speaking from Scott Air Base, Powell said it was fairly straightforward process. Now, I find that interesting. A fairly straightforward process. He didn't have to do all this other nonsense to do it. Mm-hmm. Use a tripod with a tracking mechanism. Now, mind you, this is 3 years ago. So I would imagine that the technology that they have to achieve these things, especially if you're a professional photographer, should be relatively easy, right? At least this is my assumption. I don't know. I could be wrong. Turns at the same speed as the sun and ran the whole thing with a little bit of a solar power with the solar power supply. Okay, so that kind of makes the whole battery thing. It answers the question of the battery stop, because I know you asked that one, and I was wondering about that too. It pretty much takes care of itself once everything's set up. One image was captured every minute before being converted to an HD video. So, all right, so these guys claim to have seen a 24-hour sun. 24-hour sunlight was harder to get than 24 hours 24-hour darkness in the winter, but you did get used to it. We have shutters on the windows so we can get bedrooms dark. All right. Okay. Right. Just getting used to the 24-hour sunlight, he said. No news. Good news, Canterbury. Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Rick, good to see you, buddy.
Okay. So that's that. These guys are making that claim from 3 years ago. All right. In New Zealand. Okay. 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 So that's their claim from New Zealand. All right. So now these guys, they made it a song and dance, a production that didn't need to be one, and here we are.
Yeah.
A few weeks later. Um like I said, again, I don't care about what those Globe dudes did. Whatever the fuck they did is their problem, okay? Number one, it doesn't matter because it's still flat. It doesn't matter. Number two, I'm more concerned about the guys that we sent to represent us. I already said it already. You guys know how I feel. And that's basically how I summed it up for Z and Notch, the long version. Now, since we are where we are, the question is, where do we go from here? What's next?
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Now.
Where do we go from here? So what's next? In my opinion, in my humble and honest opinion, we haven't even figured out the South Pole. We don't even know. We're like a bunch of cats playing with the little laser pointer. We don't even know what the sun is. So right now, I think that's almost a moot point. But we do have claims that we think we know where the sun may come from. We think we know where the sun may come from. Now, there's one of us in here, Awakened Nemesis. Up, look at that. When you call for Cow Cow, Cow Cow comes. There he is, Awakened Nemesis in the house. Welcome, brother. It's good to see you. All right. So, Anson Howard, what's good, brother? It's good to see you as well. So, Awakened Nemesis has been making a valid point that maybe we're focusing too much energy into the southern part of this world. And instead, we should turn our attention towards the north. I agree. I agree 1,000%. I agree so much that I feel that if we fund a trip, if we were to fund any kind of, experiment or observation, that we need to focus on the north.
Oh, absolutely.
We need to focus on the north. We're in the beginning stages now. We can either do it for 2025, which I think that would be a mad dash because we don't have our faculties together, or we can do it for next year.
Yeah, by then Greenland's liable to be a U.S. territory.
It'll be ours anyway.
Forget about it. It's never happening. Never happening.
Be like, hey, the Greenland Packers or the Greenland freaking, I don't know, Walruses. The Greenland Walruses take the field against the New York Giants.
Yeah, there you go.
First time ever got their own football team. Oh Lord.
Hey, they couldn't be no worse than the Cleveland Browns. Come on now.
Oh God, I know. I feel bad for people that have to go up there just to play football. Be like,
you don't need a team called the American Eskimos.
Yeah, right.
You don't need that.
The American
Eskimos. That's offensive. You can't call them Eskimos. You have to call them Inuits.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
That is the real. Yeah, that's the right way to say it.
I mean, look, we have now. What did they change the Washington Redskins because
They're changing them back.
everybody except for the Native Americans was pissed off about it. You know,
Yeah, right. The natives
it's
was
like
like,
I was
no,
saying.
keep
It's
the
like
name.
I hear more white people screaming about racism than I ever do black people, and it's like, oh, there we go, apologeticus Americanus again. Here we go. Jesus Christ.
Yep. And it's crazy because the American Indians is like, don't change it. We like the name. We
Yeah.
like the figure on the side. Don't change it. But they change it. Now they're changing it back. They're
Are they
changing
good?
it back. Yes, they are. And so for
Good.
all you Skins fan, I didn't stop calling them the Skins. I call them the Skins. I call them the Redskins. They were the Commanders or whatever it was. I always called them the Skins.
Yeah.
Didn't That commander's name never stuck, never worked
No,
with me.
it
So I was
sucks.
like, the Redskins. That's it. The Washington Wizards, I still call them the Bullets. So I'm like, whatever. But what we were so what I'm saying is our focus now, guys, needs to be on the North. And here's the thing. We don't need to rely on a Duffy or anything else. So if something bad happens in in this regard, if something faulty happens, we have nobody but us to blame. We have nobody but us to blame. And so we could send who we feel need to go down or up to Antarctica, up to the Arctic, excuse me. I'm so used to the freaking final experiment, excuse me, y'all. So yes, so I don't know what you guys think, but I'm all in. I'll throw some money at it. However, which way you guys think this should be handled, let us know. Let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's let's put our best efforts forward and let's make this happen because that's possible. We can go up north, or we could go to where and what they call the North Pole. We can go there. We can go there. It's not off limits. I don't know if you guys lost me, but it's not off limits like the
Nope.
South is, or it's not like crazy. Now, it does cost $70,000 to get up to the North Pole via boat if you were to take like a cruise line, because it's like a 3-week long trip. But anything outside of that, if you were to take like a regular airplane, or you could do a helicopter ride, right? You'd be starting in Finland. So our brother Riku Sroan, right? I don't know where Riku's been. Riku's been on a tear lately though. He's from Finland. He's Finnish. I don't know where our
And Vara.
beginning and Vara, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Vara's
and Vara.
also Finnish. Yeah. So we've got Finnish people in here. We don't have anybody from Begin Land. Brumts. Get it? Begin Land. Here all week. But I'm sorry. So
Somebody in your comments in one of your videos said that you were like the king of dad jokes.
they come, man. They just come. When they come,
Oh, I
I
know, I'm
can't.
there with it
I
too.
can't. So yeah, so we do have Finnish people in here. And if they are flat earthers, if they have the gumption to want to go up there or be a representative of the flat earth, hell, I don't see why not. I mean, of
Right?
course it would be a screening process to a degree, but yeah, I support it. I support it
Um,
1,000%.
Vince,
Vince
the
Vince
honest composer, Vince.
Vince
He
Vince
lives over there.
Vince. I don't know who
I
that
think
is.
he just recently debated Tune on Modern Day Debates.
I would go up there. I would go. Yes, I would go. But you know, seeing how this thing went the last time, uh I would think that many people would probably call me a shill. So I think it would be wise if I excluded especially since I'm the one asking for this trip, right?
Right, right.
I would love to go. I would totally
Yeah,
love
man.
to go. But I think that instead of putting myself in those bridges, I think somebody else, a couple of people like kind of like at random almost, We pick them, we send them out. They know what the fuck is going on. They know what the assignment is, and they go out there and they kick ass.
Need
That's what I
somebody
think.
that's at least got a military background that can,
That
discipline you,
knows.
something like
Thank
that. Yeah.
you. That's like I was tired as fuck, but you know what? I drank like a gallon and a half of coffee every 5 hours, and I almost had a heart attack, but it got done. Type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nerves are fried, but it got done. And
Hey,
yeah. So, go
I was
ahead,
gonna.
Todd.
I wanted to bring something up before I forget about it. I'm old and shit flies out the window as
Type
fast
it.
as it comes in sometimes. But I've been binge watching Designated Survivor. Do you remember that series? It was with Kiefer
Designated.
Sutherland. He's like the guy. He was like head of housing and urban development, right? And they put him off in a safe location, like they do for every state of the union, in case something happens that takes out the secessional line of government.
Mhm.
Well, he's in this room watching the speech, and then the TV goes dead, and the Secret Service rushes in and starts carrying him off out of there because now he's the president, and they had to take him over to swear him in. It's a pretty good series, right? But
Designated Survivor.
yeah, Designated Survivor. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And in season 2, episode 3 was called Outbreak. Now, the interesting thing, this thing came out in October of 2017, October the 11th. And the thing is that some kind of a virulent influenza was attacking people, and they were dying and being put in the hospital, and they couldn't do anything about it. And there was an experimental jab that hadn't gone through all the authorization and shit, and they go ahead and weaponize and use the military to be able to go ahead and use this vax, and it saves a bunch of people. Now, there's no more come out about, oh yeah, the one doctor, she goes, well, we found out that the dosage, you have to be careful because it causes kidney damage, causes kidney failure. And I was like, what in the fuck? This was like totally pre-shadowing what happened in 2019. Completely. Even the Authorization Act to use it for emergency use and all of that shit that actually happened through 2020. All in that one episode. And I just wanted to bring people aware of that because I was sitting there watching. I'm looking over at my wife and I'm going, this happened. This right here actually happened.
That scenario.
Yes.
Designated Survivor. That's going to be what I'm going to have for lunch. Designated Survivor. I don't even watch fucking Netflix. So when somebody gives me something interesting to watch, other than Wallace and Gromit, I did, okay, I admit I did see Wallace and Gromit. But if you give me something interesting to watch, I'm going to check it out. So I'm going to watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a good
Me
series.
too.
It started out on ABC and they canceled it after 2 seasons. Then Netflix picked it up and did a 3rd season.
Okay, that sounds like Jericho. How Jericho got dropped because it started getting so crazy. I bet the government was like, and cut forever.
Yep. But that one, when I saw that, I went, oh, wow, that's really crazy. That's like, and it's, October 11th, 2017 was that release date of that.
2017. Okay.
And I was like, man, we watched this whole thing play out in reality.
Yeah. Just like 2 years later from around that time.
Yeah, exactly the time. Because they had Event 201 in October of 2019.
Yep.
Just like they had the bird flu summit in October of this last year, 2024. So anyway, I wasn't trying to go to a different topic or nothing. I just wanted to blow that out there because that was the most in-your-face fucking predictive programming I ever saw in my life.
Okay. I'm going to check that out, but I did write it down. I also wrote down what Awakened Nemesis said. Vlad, look into the historical route via the northern tip of Norway. So let's see. So Norway is right there north of the Baltics. Yes. North of you guys, actually, in Denmark.
Yeah, and Denmark even got Greenland, and that's part of the north.
Yeah. All that's right there. So then, so Norway. Let me see, because I get those confused. I know you have on that same piece of land, you have Finland, Norway, and Sweden. Is Sweden
Yeah.
the furthest east, or is that no? Sweden is in the middle, sandwiched between Norway and Finland, correct? Hello?
Yeah, hang on, I'm looking for something, man.
Okay.
Norway.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got a whole map. Good Lord Almighty, I got a whole map behind me.
Yeah, I can't tell by this map. It's too little.
Sweden, Norway, and Finland looks like a big cat. On the map, it looks like a big cat. And Norway is all out on the left. Sweden is kind of the stomach, and Finland is the legs or the feet.
Okay, so
Kinda.
yeah, because I'm far from here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just look over there.
Okay, so I got this book that is the surviving remnants. Let me see if I can get this so you can see it. God damn it.
So Norway is way east. This is Norway right here. And then the North Sea and all that. And then this is Greenland right here. And then we have all those lands up there. So, guys, that's it up there. That's it right there, right up and around there. That right where my finger is Greenland. That right above my finger, right there is Norway on the outside, and then the rest of the North Sea and shit up there. So, what book is that?
This is the Ventio Fortunata. What is the only remaining parts of it that are still available? This thing went missing hundreds of years ago, the whole thing. But there's accounts in here of people going in BC time to the North Pole and describing going through really, really cold area that they could hardly barely make it. And then all of a sudden it broke through into this paradise. Like it was just perfect paradise. It's also got stories of the Mount Meru being in there.
Right.
And the four rivers coming to a head at the middle. It's you can get this Nicholas of Lynn. The account of Nicholas of Lynn is in here. You can get this off of Amazon.
Inventio Fortunato, you said?
Yeah, Inventio. Let me put it up there so you can read it real good. Fortunata.
Fortunata. Okay, I'm gonna see if I could buy a copy tonight.
It wasn't real expensive, and these stories, you know, their account. This guy, this Nicholas of Lynn, man, he talking about going through this really, really cold area, you know, where it was just windy and icy, and he barely make it. It was dark and just freezing ass cold. And then after he come through it, then he came into an area that was like paradise.
Mm.
Kind of like the eye of a storm, maybe, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. He broke through. So I wonder, because you have two rivers, or you have four rivers total.
Four rivers.
You have four rivers. I wonder if there are two that go out and then two that go in. And if they alternate throughout the day. You understand?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I assume they all went out. But there's supposedly twice a day a vortex.
Right.
That goes around Mount Meru, the Rupus Negro. And that they said it's so intense, man, it just, you can't get away from it. And they throw logs into it, and then any of the shit that comes up was like chewed the hell out of it and shit, and then go back down. So probably not a thing you want to try to get across.
So that's my thing is, if that's the case, how do they get metal ships or metal planes in and around that, if that's possible?
Well, the stories I've heard that it was a wooden ship that gets too close to Mount Meru, it would actually pull the nails out of the wood. So maybe that's one of the reasons it's so highly restricted.
Shit,
The
I got all
flights
kinds
are,
of metal in my body and shit, like a walking android.
I don't think I got none in me, not anymore.
Yeah, I got a bunch of, I got a damn rod in my ankle. I got some stuff in my damn, I got slag in my hands still. Damn.
You
I
got
had,
the ironwork.
Yeah, right.
I had a
Exactly.
little piece of shrapnel in my arm right here and shit. Had it for years and years. And then one day I was walking by a doorway and I caught it on the door. It was just a little tiny piece, and it just went poop and came right out. I was like,
What?
oh, that's
Did it hurt?
interesting. No, it felt
It just,
cool. Yeah, I kept it. I put it in my jewelry box.
oh god dang.
Yeah, man.
Hell
I thought,
yeah.
it ain't hurting nothing. I wasn't worried about getting it removed or anything else like that. And I left it in there. And then, yeah, this was probably about a year ago. The thing popped right out. And I was like, well, ain't that something?
So Awakened Nemesis is saying, if I see the northern tip of Europe, just head north and you'll see the semicircular shaped mountains. Beyond that, it's the promised land. You'll see Vorgelmir. Okay, so you mean the northern tip of Europe through Sweden, or the northern tip of Europe, Denmark? Northern tip of Europe. Which northern tip of Europe are you talking about, Awakened Nemesis? Now I'm serious, y'all. So we're gonna have to put our heads together, and we're gonna have to figure some stuff out. Like we're open to all suggestions. There is no individual leader for this thing. I'd say we use all of our resources. So we have people in Finland right now, that are flat earthers, right? And of course, we could send 1-2 Americans from here, but definitely meet up with those guys and then proceed forward. Move, further north with a couple of the Finnish flat earthers. I think that would be a very, very good and a helpful trip, I think it'll leave us with more questions than anything else.
Let me see. Let me do something here. I'm looking at a map here. Let me try something different here. North Polar map. All right, so it looks like probably Greenland or Russia would be your best bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just based on this image right here. Let me see if I can get it to load up.
Greenland goes nicely into the north.
Greenland. And it doesn't look like there's a bridge or a land bridge or nothing. It looks like you still have to sail up north of Greenland.
There's a polar map in the backstage.
Okay, let me open that real quick, and then I'll share it with Instingler Godkend. All right, okay, I'm going to share it with everybody. Nope, there it is. Share, Shorn. Okay. So there's what we were talking about. There goes Denmark right there. That's where our brother Disclord is from. Sweden. So there it is. There goes the top of Sweden and Finland. Let's see. Where's Greenland? There it is. Thailand, no.
The polar map I've got backstage, Vlad,
Okay,
has all that looking straight down at the North Pole.
Okay. Okay, I opened this one. All right. I didn't see it. I didn't see. Oh, you have it backstage. I
Yeah,
see it
yeah,
right there. My bad. Okay, there it
yeah.
is. Whoop, there it is. All right. Okay. Sav, you're in control, so go ahead and drive.
Well, I'm just saying that you probably one of your. Can you see my little arrow
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, we can
Okay,
see it.
magnify this up a little bit too. You can see that Greenland
There it is.
here, and what is this? Nova Scotia over here,
That's Canada
left,
stuff.
or
Probably, yeah.
Newfoundland, something like
Hmm.
that. Okay, I don't know all my
Canada
uh,
countries.
Canadian provinces.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Um, so those are within the Arctic Circle,
Hmm.
right? And then over here, it looks like there's a few islands. These are owned by Russia.
Right.
See, but the
Yeah,
closest to getting to the North Pole, it looks like to me, is Greenland
definitely Greenland.
Yeah,
or
and you
one of
could
these
actually get
Canadian areas
some.
here, whatever
You could
this
get
is. I
some
don't
nice
know.
guidance on Greenland. They do ice sleds and all. They are very nice. They know how to bring you out on the country there
Okay. Huh.
if you're
Okay.
allowed. But they know how to get you there. There's people to bring you around.
But that's
So Nano CBD mentioned a really good point. Obviously, the best time to go is the summertime.
mhm. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because look, if it's it's not like the South, so I can't even really compare it that way. That's one of the biggest things that gets me is the reciproc. It doesn't reciprocate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The number of flora and fauna per capita and area is way out of whack with that you see in the South
Way
at
out
the
of
same
whack.
latitudes
When you're comparing the north
to
to
the
the south.
South. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
you got to think about all the fuckery that's involved with the South to begin with. Okay.
Right.
All right. So let me just explain this to you. The latitudes. Were the latitudes derived in the first place? They were angles of elevation to Polaris. Okay. That's so as you moved away from the north, the angle that you see Polaris at changes.
Okay,
All
I got
right.
you. I got
Okay.
you.
So now once we get past that point where it's zero on the horizon, boom, gone. How in the fuck did you measure any latitudes? Did I freeze up?
Kind of.
Yep,
You did.
Oh, hold on.
looks
Could
like
am
you're.
I'm not frozen, am I?
Nope,
Okay.
just
Yeah,
looks like
stop.
he's
That's you
he's
frozen.
rapping.
Let's see. I'll remove you real quick. Add you real quick. Oh, oh, black screen, black screen. What you gonna
Yeah.
do? What you gonna do when they black your screen? Uh, all right. Sav's probably got the internet crazies going. Um, but okay, I hear what he's saying. Basically, the further we get from Polaris, the further we get away from it, it obviously the star, instead of it being directly overhead, it starts to drop. The azimuth begins to drop, and until you can't see it no more. And so then what was our point of reference? What was our north then? What did we use? A lot of people keep saying the Southern Cross.
Hmm.
That's a good question. That's a good question. And why are we even talking about that? I'm
I don't know.
curious. I'm curious.
Yeah.
But um okay, Sab's probably gonna come in. Let me well, he's got the link, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop it in here just in case still. No,
Just in
that's the
case, yeah.
Facebook joint. Yeah, just in case, Sab, hold on. We'll drop the link. And anybody else that's in here and feels froggy and wants to jump on in, please go ahead and join us. Join the conversation. Now,
Come in and quack it up, or what do they say? The frags.
chop it up. Come
No, the
chop it up.
frags say. What does the frog say?
The frogs say.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
What
know what the
sound do
frog
they do?
says. Ribbit, ribbit. Frogs?
Yeah.
Frogs do
Don't they?
ribbit.
Okay, they
No, you
ribbit.
mean
Okay.
ducks do or quack, quack, quack.
Yeah. Yeah, something like
That's
that. But didn't
ducks.
I was thinking a frog sounded kind of like a quack or something. I don't know what the fuck.
He
All
said,
right, whatever.
what's the noise frogs make? You mean quack? Like, yeah, be like,
Oh,
those are some strange frogs.
yeah.
Probably in Bizarro world, those frogs make that honk, honk.
Oh no.
Ribbit, ribbit. All right.
Yeah, ribbit. Okay.
Oh boy. But it's all good. Let me see. So, okay, so I went ahead and I dropped that in there for sub. Hopefully his internet comes back. Either way, there goes the link, the invite link.
Ah,
Come on up and let's discuss. But
I
yeah,
know why I was confused. In
what's that?
Danish, we say quick, 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 quick.
Quack
You know?
quack. Oh, in French, it's quack 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 quack. That's what ducks make. Quack 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 quack. That's how they say
I got it
quack
all mixed
quack.
up.
Oh Lord have mercy. Good evening, Brenda. Good evening.
Oh yeah.
Hello,
Hi, Tom.
Vlad,
What's
and
going
whoever
on?
else.
That's
Well, I was watching
Disc Lord.
It's
Disclord.
just us two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's going on?
So I heard you talking about going to the Arctic, and I don't see what the reason for that would be, because both the globe and the flat Earth Gleason model predict the same thing in the
Gleason.
Arctic.
All right. So what word did you just say just now? What
I
word
said
did
that
you
they
just
predict the same thing. I don't
what
see the
word
reason for going there.
you said Gleason what?
The Gleason map.
You said model.
Yeah.
We don't live on a model, we don't live on a map.
Nobody claims we live on a model.
We could use both, right? To kind of help guide us.
No.
But
What are you talking about?
we're looking at we need to go to the north.
Why?
You've had many in here that know that the north, there's some stuff in the north that we're not we think we're familiar with, but we may not be too familiar with. And so it needs some attention.
Do you think that you're going to find Mount Meru?
I don't know what we're going to find.
Is that what
Possibly.
you expect to find?
I don't know what I expect to find, but I think we need to go up north.
Why? It boggles my. I'm genuinely curious.
I'm glad that it boggles your mind, Brenda.
I
I'm
just
happy.
washed my tongue. Can't do a thing with it. It boggles my mind why you would feel a need to go there, because
Why
it
not?
won't decide anything.
Because that's where the best ice is, Brenda. So we want to
Right.
go to try out the best ice. Is there anything wrong with that, Brenda?
We are bringing the best whiskey, and just to get that best ice.
The best
Right.
ice. That's
So-
what they call the white man's ice up north
Ooh.
there. The white man's ice is colder. You ever heard that saying?
Yeah.
No.
So if you could just answer the question about how it will advance your belief in a flat Earth.
We're just going for the ice, Brenda. We're going for the
So
ice.
you refuse to answer?
Yes.
Why?
Good day to you, Brenda. Brenda, I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute,
Is there
just-
anything? What's up?
Well, a couple of things. One, I'd like to be unblocked in both of my accounts from your chat. And number
I didn't block you.
Well, one of your mods has.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever been disrespectful in the chat. I say globe things, and
Every
and it
once in
hurts
a
you.
while you talk shit, but we give it right back. So
Apparently I do.
it's not a big deal. All right. It's
Okay.
every
And the
once in a
other
while
thing
you talk
is-
shit. So go ahead.
The other thing is I was watching Jaron talk,
Okay. Okay.
and I thought it was extremely good. He's extremely honest, and he
Since
knows what
when?
he saw and what he experienced. And I'm curious about where you are. I was under the impression that you, Nachiketa, and some of the others in your small little group all admit that there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
I didn't. I didn't admit that. No, I couldn't
Well-
admit that because I didn't go.
Well,
And I-
Nachiketa
and-
says,
So
They'll-
here's my. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, so you personally haven't said it, but the people in your circle have, like
Okay.
Zetetic Warrior and Nachiketa have, as I recall, both said, that a 24-hour sun
Okay.
in Antarctica is something that they actually affirm,
Okay.
and that it doesn't bother them,
Okay.
or they don't feel it disputes anything. And I thought you were in that group, so I assumed that you were also of that opinion. But if you think
No.
that, so you don't
So
think
what-
that there's a
so-
24-hour sun in Antarctica?
No, I don't. Honestly, Brenda, I'll be honest with you. I really don't know what's there. Okay. I don't know. And so the reason I'm saying that is because I do not want people to try and sway how I feel or how I think I might understand this world. I don't need somebody to sway my understanding of this place. I can't do the whole trust me, bro thing. You understand what I'm saying? So
wouldn't it be important that
Brenda,
somebody
I'll let
went there?
Brenda, I'll let you talk. Let me finish. So check this out. So I understand Nachiketa read Parallax, right? And that's the that
I
book,
don't know.
Earth Not a Globe, right?
I
And
haven't
so
read
in that book, so that's basically like one of his big references. That book was written like almost 125 years ago, right? And so in
Yeah.
that book, they figured they saw that they had a 24-hour sun down south. And even though that was 100 years ago, it's still human beings and it's still this world, right? Which is fine. But with the way stuff went here with this final experiment, I cannot accept that. I can't accept
Why?
that.
There was a
Why?
live feed
Brenda.
from there.
No, there
They
was no
have
live
video.
24-hour
Yes,
feed.
there was.
No, there wasn't.
I
Where
didn't
did
say
you see
24
the live
hour.
24-hour feed at, Brenda?
I said there was a live feed.
A live feed
Where?
of what? Brenda?
Yes, from Antarctica.
No,
Well,
of what? Of what?
It wasn't
how do you know
24
it was
hours.
from Antarctica.
Okay. Okay. Brenda, go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
How do you know it was from where it was from or anything?
Because
You
all
saw
of the
a
evidence
live feed
confirms.
of people saying we're in Antarctica.
No, they
Okay?
weren't just
We
saying
also
that.
saw a live feed of a guy say, "I'm the first man stepping on the moon."
Yeah,
Okay,
we went
that
there.
was horse
Yeah.
shit too.
And
No,
we
it
saw
wasn't.
people jump. We
Oh,
saw
yeah,
people.
it
I saw
wasn't.
Leonardo DiCaprio die falling off the Titanic. But then he
No,
played
you
another
didn't.
movie where he. What do you mean? No, I didn't. I sure did.
You never
Didn't
saw
you see it?
Leonardo. You never saw DiCaprio die. You saw his character die.
Well, ain't that what we're dealing with? Characters?
No.
Yeah.
That's
The
your
movie
claim.
stars.
You need
No,
to
it's
provide
not a
evidence.
claim. Brenda,
Yes, it is.
I'm not
You
so
just made the
naive
claim.
to think that any
So-
one of those clowns actually believes that we
Um,
live on a sphere. Okay,
Besides,
that's their fucking job, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, don't
So
even.
that's the problem.
well,
Brenda.
so
I can't take
Sav,
that.
Jaron singled you out as another
don't give a
garbage
fuck.
human,
I don't-
human
you
being.
know
A
what?
garbage human being.
Yes, I heard
I
that.
think
and
he's
that's
right.
what
You
fucked
are
him,
a
is his
garbage
reaction.
human being.
Brenda,
You
see,
are
Brenda,
garbage.
and
Why
this is
would
why
I give
we
a
don't.
fuck what Jaron's got to say? Why do you
Because
think
he
that I would
went
give a
there
fuck?
and you did not.
Well, Jaron's
You
a
didn't
piece
go
of fucking
there.
lying shit
You couldn't
too.
you can't even figure out airplane schedules. You couldn't
Really?
figure it out.
Show
That's
me the
he
fucking
did. No,
schedule.
but
Show
that's-
me the
you
fucking
couldn't
proof.
figure it out.
Hey,
So
You
Brenda,
couldn't-
he
dumbass.
did.
Show me the
So
fucking
Brenda-
proof. All I need is a passport stamp, or show me that flight was changed with the the fucking flight log.
No, you
Because I'm
couldn't
already
figure it
dealing with
out.
goddamn liars to begin with. And secondly, I don't give a flying motherfuck what Jaron got to say or what any of these guys got
He
to
was
say with
there.
their own
You were not.
self-importance, their
He
own
was there.
self-perceived importance that I don't recognize.
Nobody cares what you recognize,
Then why the fuck
Right.
are you talking to me about it then, you ignorant fuck?
right? Because you are lying, right?
I ain't lying about shit, you
disrespecting
stupid
somebody who
motherfucker. You prove that I'm lying, you piece of shit. I haven't lied
you're
about
a
a fucking
liar.
thing.
You're a
No,
liar.
he
About
can't
what?
lie.
What did I lie about, you piece of fucking dick tucking shit? What?
Yes,
What did I lie about?
Lie about whether or not the schedule was changed because you're too stupid to
Really?
read a
No,
schedule.
he used it.
I did read the fucking schedule, and it's
He
the
read
same for next year too.
And it's the same
Exactly.
for the year.
They say give 3 days because
Okay,
of
well,
weather
then prove
problems.
to me.
They can
Then prove to me that you actually left on the 17th. And why is there no accountability for 2 days in fucking Pointis Arenas?
Brenda, that's
there
all
is
we need.
accountability. They
Where?
had to schedule. They had to schedule
Where? Hold on, wait a second. They got an extra day in fucking Pointis Arenas because of this. This means that they got fucked out of a day of their trip.
Schedule open.
Listen,
they had to leave a 3-day window.
Got
They had
fucked.
to leave
They got fucked out of their extra day that they paid
sucks.
for.
Yeah.
And guess what? That means that the people that came in got an extra day for free on their trip.
Yeah. That sucks. Too bad.
Does it suck?
Brenda.
Cool, Brenda. Prove to me that they went back on the 17th.
It's too bad. It's because there was weather.
Proof that they went back on the 17th. That's all.
And Brenda,
until you provide that, you got shit.
There is video of them boarding the plane. You ignorant
Where's the date? Where's the fucking date? You retard. There is no dates.
Brenda,
there's no date.
There's video of them boarding the plane.
I don't give a fuck what there's video. There's no video with any dates. Even when he shows the shit on the back of the seat, it doesn't give a date.
That's a problem.
You're just too
dumb. So what did I lie about? I haven't lied about anything. Everything I've said just now is totally factual, you retard.
And that's the thing, Brenda, is that
no,
we can't lie. There's no way we can lie because
yes, you do. You do nothing but lie. Same with you, Vlad. You just lie. You sit there and you tell me you can't. I ask you a question and you give me a fucking joke. That's all you did, Vlad. You're just lying. You're just like Keith. Like Flatzoid, you lie because that's what you do.
What's the
all
lie,
you ever do is
what's
lie.
The fucking lie, Brenda?
You have no
my wife might agree with
you. Say, the lie,
you
Brenda?
Have no cause to say
the
they
lie,
left,
Brenda?
They didn't leave early.
What's the lie, Brenda?
Schedules. About the schedules.
Well, then prove me wrong.
You lied about
prove me you're wrong.
They told you. Right.
I don't give a fuck what they told me. You know what? You know what goes again. You know what proves it wrong? Proof. Actual proof, not some guy going, trust me, bro.
Brenda, you see what this is, Brenda? You can unmute. Go ahead, Brenda. Unmute. You see what this is?
It's a passport.
That's
there
right.
You go.
So, Brenda,
what about it?
Did
they need passports?
No, I'm sorry.
Did they use passports? I think they probably did.
They had to have. They left for another continent. They left for a few countries. So if I accused you of not going someplace, right? Let's say you went to, Brenda said she went to freaking China, right? And then we're all accusing Brenda of not going to China, right? What would you do in that case to defend your innocence? The easiest thing that you
show you
do.
the video of me in
China.
China.
Brenda, before you even
fake a passport too, buddy.
No, you can't. Not without going to federal prison. Not without going to federal prison. You can't.
There are fake passports all the time.
So and those people
passport those are your standards. If it can be fake, then it didn't happen. That's your standard.
So
you're just a liar. That's all you do. You sit there with all your other friends and you lie, Saw. That's all you do is lie.
What's the lie, Brenda?
About the schedule. You have no knowledge. You have no knowledge. You just have that super cringe call and that woman just putting up with you about this wacko flat.
Did I show the schedule or not, Brenda? Yes, I did. Did the schedule have any flights on the 17th? No, it didn't. Did the lady tell me that the flights are scheduled around the fucking packages? Yes, indeed.
They give
do I have any goddamn proof about that? Do I have any proof?
There's no lie.
Do I have any proof at all other than them?
You have nothing. You have nothing. You weren't there. You have no say.
Neither were you, Brenda. What are you chirping on about? You weren't there either. So what are you chirping on about?
Yeah. So Brenda, that's
the person who was there.
Well, you weren't there. You weren't there. So how the fuck do you know? Shut up. That's your standard. That's your standard. You weren't there. So shut the fuck up.
It's your standard. Your standard is if it can be faked, it was faked.
My
Your
standard is
is
show me
not,
fucking
is not
proof.
understanding airline schedules.
Brenda.
Show me. Well, I
That's your
understand
standard.
airline
You're too
schedules.
stupid to
Brenda.
work out
Okay.
that they had a window. There was a storm coming.
That's the
They
thing,
had
Brenda.
to-
He's
they
the
had
only
to-
one. Brenda, he's the only one that asked that question out of all the fucking people asking questions. Saab is the only one that got with ALE, as far
Hey, and
as we
I
know.
said,
He's
and
the
I
only
said,
one
look,
that did all that, right? And I'm not just saying that because he's here
Did they?
and he's on our show.
and
Brenda.
I also
I'm
said,
serious, though. You know what
and
I'm
I
saying?
said this to Jaron too. I told Jaron, I said, if you prove me wrong and can show me evidence that you actually left on the 17th, I will admit that I was wrong.
That's it.
Right.
He
So
said that at the
is it the
beginning of the show
case-
too. We
is
said
it
that
the
at the beginning of
case-
the show too.
Is it the case that they were asked to schedule several days as
I
a
don't give
window
a shit.
to
Show
come
me
and go?
proof when
That-
you got
Is
back.
Brenda.
that the
That's
case?
all I want.
That is
Brenda.
true.
Brenda.
They were asked beforehand
Brenda.
to what?
Brenda.
What?
Brenda.
What? You think this is
Brenda.
supposed to prove something?
Brenda.
What?
Brenda.
Are you
Brenda.
broken? Is your brain broken?
Brenda.
You see, hey Vlad, you ever
What?
been to
Just-
Japan? When did
Were
you go
they
to
supposed
Japan?
to?
Oh,
Were they supposed
sure
to
was.
open a window, maintain a window open?
This
Did
is
the-
me. Let me
Yeah.
hold on. This is me. You see my
Did
patent
they
leather face
require
right here?
you
That's
to
me.
schedule several days as
Hey,
a window to go to
Brenda.
Japan?
Brenda, look.
Vlad.
Brenda.
Vlad,
Brenda, look. Brenda.
how is this relevant?
Brenda. Brenda, look.
How is this
Brenda.
relevant?
Brenda, look. Brenda. Brenda. Brenda, look.
Got a
See
stamp
that?
with a date and everything.
No, I don't
Brenda,
see
look.
anything. I
You-
see
okay.
white paper.
Okay, hold on.
It's pure white.
Okay.
Yeah, that can be faked,
Brenda, look.
Yeah.
right? That can be
Brenda.
faked, can't it?
Sure,
Brenda,
sure.
look.
So are you suggesting
could.
that they
It
faked
sure
their
could.
passports?
You know what? It
No.
could be fake. You're right. It could be
Yeah,
fake.
it
but-
could be.
But all you have to do, Brenda, if you went to China, because you said that you went and we disagree, we don't think you did, just show us a passport, show us a stamp, show us
No.
your airline tickets, show us
Alls I
all
have
those
to do
things.
Is show you the video of me
No,
boarding
well,
the
you can't.
Well, here's the
plane.
problem.
No,
Well,
I
you,
Brenda,
that
boarded
ain't,
the
that ain't good
plane.
enough.
I
Brenda,
No
took
date or
photos
time stamp
and
on the video
videos
either, doll.
Brenda,
while I
Brenda,
was there. I took
Brenda,
photos
if you-
and video while I
Brenda,
was there.
Brenda, just because
I don't
you take
have to show
pictures-
you.
just because you
You're
take
really
pictures,
stupid.
Brenda, just because you take videos of you eating chicken fried rice doesn't mean
And
that you
just
went to
because
China.
you show a
Just because
passport.
just because no, it's a
No,
passport that
just
says
because
Japan.
you show a
It's a
passport.
that says Japan. It's a
Yeah,
passport.
but that
says
doesn't
Japan.
prove
Everybody
anything
say,
any more
it's
than a video
passport that
does.
shows Japan.
Yeah, it does. It
It's a
actually
passport
verifies
that
that he
shows
was
Japan.
No,
where
it
he said he
doesn't.
was.
It's a passport that shows Japan. Everybody.
Hey,
Passport that
Vlad,
shows
let me
Japan.
ask you a question, Vlad. If you were asked for proof in a court of law that you went to a certain country on a certain date, would that hold up as evidence that proof that you did?
It sure would.
Absolutely.
Saab, it
100%.
sure would. It sure flipping would.
Now,
And
what
Brenda,
if you just
know it.
what if you just had a video with no date or timestamp on it and said, "Look, here's a vacation video of when I was there."
You know what,
is
Saab?
that going to stand up? No.
Saab, I would-
yes,
Saab, I
it
would
would.
say-
It would hold
Saab,
up. Yes,
Saab,
it would.
I would say, Saab, here's me
Yes.
eating a plate of chicken fried rice. Your Honor, does this count?
In Japan, yes,
And-
that would
and
hold up.
He'd be like,
Oh, you know it was in Japan.
Yes, it would. It would be
He'd be
evidence
like-
that I was there.
He'd be like, why
No.
does it say Chinatown Kitchen? He's like, Chinatown Kitchen's right there
Chinatown
on East
ain't in
52nd.
Japan, dude.
He's like, Chinatown Kitchen's on East 52nd and Church Avenue in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but
I'm not stupid.
you can prove
I'd be like,
that,
damn.
though.
I'd be like,
You
damn.
can prove that.
Then what's the problem with
Brenda.
showing proof that you left on the
Brenda.
17th? What's wrong
Brenda.
with that?
The point is,
Brenda, Brenda.
yeah,
Brenda.
you're just going to play these games. This is why nobody
Ain't
takes
no
you
game.
seriously.
You're
Brenda.
the one saying
You're playing
all
a
you gotta
game.
have is a video.
You're playing
Hey,
a
I saw
game.
a video. Brenda, I saw
Right.
a video of a guy flying
Brenda.
around New York with a fucking cape on his back. Do you think that was real too? Because it was
Brenda.
on video.
See these
Fucking
nostrils?
idiot.
They're eclipsing the passport. Brenda.
See, I kind of wonder, Vlad, if you're even really a flat earther.
Brenda.
You know that? I
Brenda.
wonder if you're even a flat earther.
Well,
Oh,
Brenda,
Brenda.
you don't
Oh,
have
sure.
much
Guess
discernment,
what,
so
Brenda?
who would care
Brenda,
what
I'm a
you thought?
glober. Oh, Brenda's
You
gonna
could
use
be.
some of them
You
tricks
could
on
be.
us guys. She's
You
gonna
could
tell
be.
y'all that I'm a glober now. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, go
you
ahead,
could. This
Brenda.
could be a grift
Sure.
on your part.
It's a grift. Sure. Brenda.
Right.
Brenda.
Yeah. What does that prove?
Brenda.
See, this
Brenda.
behavior of yours, this passive aggressive behavior,
Brenda.
is very
Brenda.
typical for
Brenda.
flat earthers. So maybe you
Brenda.
are a flat earther,
Why are you even here?
Brenda.
right?
Why are you even here?
Why are you here, Brenda? Brenda.
To
Because she wants to
confront
see
you
this.
with the
Confront
facts,
Yeah.
me?
which
You've not
you
confronted
deny
anything, Brenda.
because
You've not
you do
confronted
nothing but
anything. You
lie,
sit there and
Sav.
go-
You do
sit there and
nothing
go,
but lie.
Oh, well, I saw video, so that makes it real. We don't need any
Ah.
absolute proof, especially when there's fucking 2
No such
days
thing as
unaccounted
absolute
for.
proof.
All right, Brenda, I'm gonna stop bullshitting with you, man. All we want is
Oh,
that, man.
All you want is that?
Just
No,
bring
other
that.
people don't have to meet your demands.
Okay,
Well,
then
then
fine.
I
Then
don't
they're
have to
liars.
believe
Then
them
then
either,
they're,
do I?
then they're
No.
liars. Then
No,
we
they
God
don't.
damn
If
it,
I go,
God damn
listen
it,
to me.
I hereby find you guilty of lying to the flat Earth community.
No, if
you are
I
hereby
go to
banished. I seize your wrench. You are gone. Banished, I say.
Good fucking riddance, bro. God damn. Well, I saw a video. Well, I saw Superman flying around, stopping airplanes in the air and shit. It was on video, so it must be real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Dumb
boy.
shit, man.
That fun. That was
And
awesome.
see how
y'all.
they look. I told you that's a hot button fucking issue. I told you it's a hot button issue.
Dude, wait. My thing is this: when Brenda says you're lying, I'm like,
Yeah.
how are
About
you
what?
lying? We're asking questions. How are these lies? Where do these lies coming from with us? How are we lying? But
Yeah,
Brenda
it.
asked a good question. Okay, so why go up north? Why go up north? Well, giving demons a venue to present.
Yeah.
Okay,
I gotta
you know
say,
what?
man, I gotta say, she doesn't bring any value.
Yeah,
I don't, she's not even allowed on my fucking platform. And she doesn't bring any value at all. She's just a detractor. He says some of the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. And then wants to sit there and cast aspersions. You're lying. What? I made up the fucking ALE flight schedule. You can go to their website and click on it. There it is, right there in front of you. Okay.
Yep.
I didn't
And-
call the fucking place up and ask the lady how the shit
Yeah.
worked.
and
I
yeah,
did.
because you could have easily said I called up and such took place, and then you'd have people saying that you're lying about that.
Right.
But
See
a
how
good
I
thing is
verified it?
that right, you verify. You're like, hey,
Well,
Susan,
not only that, I asked her what her name was, right? And then when we went to the ALE Salt Lake
right.
City team picture page, there she was right there. The very person that I was talking to
Stephanie.
verified that it was really the person at that office.
Stephanie, yeah, Stephanie,
Yes.
and she is part of that the staff over there.
Yeah, at the
And
Salt
they
Lake
make it-
City office.
Yeah, and they make it nice and plain how they set up the schedules, and it's clean because they're the only show in town. They're like, on these days is when we fly there. If this comes up and that comes up, this is how we handle it. And I think that's clean. That's how you conduct business. Them giving you a free day just for the fuck of it, that's something we
No.
discussed. And then you said you were like, there's no fucking way in hell they're going to give you a fucking free day. You kidding me?
No way, man. They don't even give you like discounts if you get a group
Yeah.
together or something like that. And there's no discounts. There's no refunds. None of that shit. So they ain't going to give you a free day. And you know what the hell? You guys just got screwed out of an extra day down there for all your experiments and everything else like that. So look, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Okay.
That's
But
it. That's
it
it.
seems to be the reaction was the tell on that. And that's why I want proof, because when I found that to be the biggest contention, his biggest piss off was that. And then for her or this Brenda thing to come on here and start on like she did, dude, me thinks the lady doth protest way too fucking much. All right.
I don't
So
mind.
that's a nerve. That's a hot button issue. And I think it needs to be pressed, because what did you do for 2 fucking days?
That's it. Where'd you go? What'd you do? What'd you do? I'm interested in that missing time. You see, when I used to do what I did in the Navy right before I retired, showing, demonstrating to the guys how I did it on both a submarine and on an airplane, like everybody was impressed with some of the stuff that they would get. And I'm like, this is stuff that we get all the time. I said, the best part of what we do isn't the stuff that you get every day, but it's the stuff that you need to look for. You got to dig for it. It's the stuff that's missing. It's the holes, right? That's where the meat and the potatoes are, man. It's the holes. You got to figure out what's in these holes. Why the holes are the way they are, right? Knowing everything else is fine, but if you don't know what those holes are, those are those critical components, those critical pieces to the rest of what it is we have in front of us, the rest of the puzzle that we're trying to figure out or that we think we have figured out. It's the holes that make the operations interesting, right? And so now we've come across a bunch of holes, I guess you could say, in this operation. And so it's the missing days. Where were they? Why are they? Where were you during that time? Where were you really? You said this. Why? And why don't you just show us this?
Yeah.
It's that simple.
You didn't have to fly off the handle at me. You didn't have to fly off the handle with me.
Call you a liar. Call you a liar.
You're a liar, and you're causing problems and all this other shit. And I'm like, well, fuck, just show a passport stamp or some kind of proof that you actually did leave on the 17th.
It doesn't hurt to show a passport stamp. Like I just showed you mine. I did a little bit of a close-up. I mean, I don't want to show the numbers and stuff like that.
Right, I got you. Yeah.
But you get it, right?
I could easily,
right. We could easily get offline, have a little Zoom meeting between like 4 of us, and then he could be like, all right, here's my shit right here. This is me. You know what they call that in the Navy? They call that objective qualitative evidence. Anytime you come to a critical point in like maintenance, or you're putting an object back, like a motor, you're putting a motor back inside of a freaking tube or something like that, a critical component to the ship, you go ahead and you have an inspector there providing objective qualitative evidence. What does the 1 mean, guys?
Because somebody said put a 1 in the chat if you don't want Brenda to come back on. Lord Racer said I called ALE in Winter Wonderland. Where's Winter Wonderland? What is that? Let me hold on a second. I'm going to see.
All right, Maria. All right, Maria Walker. What's happening, sis? It's good to see you. My amazing sis, Maria Walker. How you doing, girl? Brad and Tasha in the house. Okay. Welcome, Larry. Welcome. It's good to see you.
What's up, man? Uncle Sav, Vlad.
That was fun with Brenda, man. Oh, fuck yeah. That shit got me amped, boy. Woo, I love that shit. Brenda mad. Ooh, Brenda got mad, boy.
Here's the thing, guys. Now the conversation is now on fire and wide open. And whether you like it or not, it's coming. And whichever side you're on, it's here now. And I want to remind everybody, whatever side you think you're on or whatever, it's here. And now it's happening. And now we get to roll forward with it. And frankly, like, I don't care which side you think you're on. It's coming now.
What's coming?
Yeah, what's coming?
The conversation in aggregate, on whole, and a big
no. Look, there is no conversation. Motherfuckers went down there, faked some shit, lied, and there's no discussion. There's no discussion. We're in the same fucking boat we were.
No, it's in places. It's in places where you don't even know it's in places. I'm talking about places where we don't even talk about it now. Now it's outside of our normal river.
Oh, outside of our purview.
It's in other places now that people never even thought they would talk about it. It's in
the White House.
It's all over the place. It's in various circles that I never even thought it would be in. Now it's happening. It's going to be in circles of like moon hoax people who aren't quite to flat Earth. It's going to be in JFK circles that aren't quite to 9/11. It's going to be in these certain things. It's out there now. It happened. That was the thing. That was what we wanted to happen. And now everybody's talking about it. And now like we have to surf this wave, dude. Now we have to surf it. Now there's so many conversations going in 18,000 different ways. Mm-hmm. Now we get to have fun and enjoy it all because most of us have been down this ladder for 20 years. Now we get to deal with it And it's going to be fun because we have enough background knowledge, enough research knowledge. We've been doing it for a lot of years. Now we get to have fun with it because a lot of people aren't ready for the FE conversation. Some people are ready for moon hoax. Some people are ready for 9/11. Some people are ready for, the, but that is now, it is out there and it's spraying all over the place and people don't know what the fuck to do with it. And now we get to sit back and say, hey, well, all right, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about that subject? You want to talk about this one? And that's what I thought would happen. And I hope that it still happens because we need to have big time conversations now.
I don't need to talk about shit. I figured, okay, listen, this is the bottom line. You produced fucking bullshit. It's a distraction. Nobody gives a fuck. That's the way I look at it, like that. Just like if somebody come up to me and started wanting to talk about the fucking moon landing, I'm going to go, no, that was bullshit. I ain't even getting into it with you.
It was always bullshit. It was always bullshit. Everybody knew
so
that.
I'm beyond all that. And I'm not going to get sidetracked into some little side fucking bullshit that doesn't matter. And, it's like, look, if you're going to do something like that, at least be fucking professional about it.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about date and timestamps, declination angles, recorded, wind speeds, every fucking thing, temperature.
Yeah. If you want the big hat, you got to be a big hat person. You got to have your neck ready. You got to have your head ready. If you want the fucking crown, be ready to wear the crown. Now, don't come back crying about how, people talking shit about you because your ass, you didn't have to go. That's another thing. You put yourself in that position to go. Now that you went down there and you fucked up, right? I'm not talking about you, obviously, Larry, but now that you went down there, you put your ass in harm's way. You fucked up. You're around a bunch of people. All we want is the fucking truth. Your shit look mad sketch. As soon as you, Larry, if you go to fucking Ireland, right? And I said, Larry, you full of shit, dude. You didn't go to no fucking Ireland. What's the first thing you're going to show me? So you don't have to fucking waste your batteries on your phone.
Oh, I'm going to spray a bunch of video on well, yeah, of course. Yeah,
passport.
When you check in.
Ticket. Yeah. That's it. I'd be like, oh, man, they could have faked it. Then, you'd be like, you're an idiot. Shut the fuck up. Here's my damn videos of me at goddamn, Mulcahy's over there having a Guinness. Bullshit like that. But they still have yet to provide this. And then, what we hear as an apologetics? Oh, they don't have to. You're right. You don't have to. But this is what you knew that you were going to be expecting coming back to the community. This is what you knew this shit was going to happen. So it's like you're a grown man, dude. Please stop with the crying. Please stop with the fucking excuses. Please stop going on an apology towards trying to explain yourself.
Oh my God.
Show the fucking receipts. You want to fucking go out to Antarctica. You want to do grown man shit. Complete the fucking circle. Be a fucking man. Own up to your shit. That's it. Listen, I would like to say that I know that I would. If I was in his position and they said, hey, we need, all right, man, fuck. And I'd feel a little embarrassed because it's like, God damn, these motherfuckers don't trust me. Yeah, I'd feel embarrassed. I'd feel hurt. But that's what happens. You sleep with dogs. We don't want the fleas in our house, so we're going to screen you for fleas. It's that simple.
I didn't check. I've only seen Bro Sanchez's show like twice, and that was like one of them was Jaron was on there, and I think it was another time was Dave Weiss. But like, how's that going over there? Like, is it bloodbath over there too?
Oh no. So that one with Sanchez, you mean Sanchez's video with Jaron?
Yeah, but
that's an old joint.
Yeah, but we also had Bro actually came on our little thing we did last week. I haven't checked in
man.
yet.
I was hoping that he'd come on tonight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, he came on last week. But we had our scheduled function, so I didn't let him on. I kind of regret not letting him on.
Yeah, I was waiting on it.
I was thinking about it.
I was waiting on it just mainly because like I've been monitoring like the big circles that I appreciate the most are this little one, Flatoids, and like I don't know Bro Sanchez's circle that much as well. I know Nathan's over in the UK, but there's 7 or 8 circles in a giant Venn diagram, and like the ones that I'm trying to keep track of. And I haven't heard exactly what's going on over on Bro Sanchez's side. He was on our thing the other night. Jer is still going right now, defending himself to no end. So like,
Has he shown a passport stamp or
no,
anything
no,
yet?
he hasn't. No, he hasn't. He hasn't shown anything like that.
Dog, it's been a month.
Yeah.
It's
So
been a month. This motherfucker like, oh, I didn't know y'all wanted to see a passport stamp. Huh? A passport stamp. Probably tugging on his ear like Secret Service, make me a fucking passport with a passport stamp.
Yeah.
This
He's just
motherfucker,
crying and trashing flat earthers today.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still I'm watching it I'm watching it from afar as a viewpoint, like a 40,000 foot view, and like, you know, I kind of watch the chat here and there. Hey, Carrie Skates, I don't know what you have for me. I don't really know what you are, but I've been in this for a long fucking game, so like, come at me what you want. But I'm like, I'm literally looking at it from a 40,000 foot view, waiting for everything to settle. And so far, we've got something of a video perspective that somebody landed somewhere. We've got that. We don't know where they landed. We don't know what that is. We don't know. But time will tell. Time will tell. In the next, I think in the next week or so, 2 weeks, they're apparently Jer went on to his Instagram and said now he's out of flat Earth. That was the last thing I heard.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't talked to him in a week or so, so like I don't know exactly where his position is. But apparently he's like, I just don't want to be around flat earthers anymore. That was his position, and I don't think it was he was anti-flat earther. He was getting away from flat Earth. He's like, I don't want to
Flat
be
Earth is
around
his
it.
bread and butter, so he better watch his tone.
You think he'd lose like a bazillion, clicks on that? Is that what you think?
I don't know. I don't even watch Jaren, but I don't care either. So I ain't gonna lie to you, bruh. Like I ain't gonna lie. After what he did, I'm good. I'm so good. Like I hate the fact that they use him as the standard, as the golden standard to represent us, and this is what the fuck we got.
That's
You
what the
understand?
mainstream narrative will do. They'll use him as the
Well,
gold
yeah,
standard.
like I understand they need somebody to go to, but my thing is, Bruss Sanchez got a bigger channel. Go to Bruss Sanchez. Bruss Sanchez has everybody in here goes to Bruss Sanchez. Bruss Sanchez
I
keeps
do.
it all the way 100%. Called Jaren a shill right to his face on his show. Kept it 100, and whether he's a shill or not, that's how he feels, and that's what he said. He didn't hide that from him. He didn't disguise or try to be like me. Like I try to be nice with motherfuckers. He was just straight up. He was like, oh, so Jaren, it turns out you're a shill and you're showing shill tendencies. And next caller. And I was like, God damn, he set that motherfucker straight fast like a motherfucker. God
Yeah.
damn.
Well, here's the thing. Jaren didn't do himself any favors. He was his offensive posture was not good. And like again, I've known this guy for 10 years. Consider him a comrade. You know
We
this.
know.
And it's like you didn't do yourself any favors. So now he's in a defensive posture. There's another thing that we should think about. Austin, who is probably in a secret posture over here, that he might be like saving some of this against. I don't know what game they played. I don't know what gambit they played, but somebody's getting out of here. And then we also have Lisbeth, who apparently just disappeared into thin air. No idea where she went. No idea where she's at. She's not anywhere on any sort of social media. She's not on any media. She's not on any interviews or anything. So like, I'm just curious, like how this shakes out. You've got Jaren who's taking the brunt, and he's also fighting back. You got Whitsitt who's kind of playing. You got good cop, bad cop. You got bad cop Jaren, good cop Whitsitt. Then you got Elizabeth who's completely disappeared into the ether, for that matter, right? So like, where's she at? I'd like to hear from her. I'd like to hear what she has to say about it. Nobody has anything on her. And then when I'm looking through chess, I'm like, well, you've got a queen, you've got a pawn, and then you've got Elizabeth, who I don't even know how to name her. I don't even know how to name her. Is she a bishop? Anybody? I'd like to know.
I don't know.
Anybody out there in the chat? I'd like to know how they're playing it, guys.
I don't know. but Lowry, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, man.
It's cool.
Lot of motherfuckers in this chat. They think that you, they think that you riding on Jaren's pine, bro.
Dude, I've been
I ain't
down in
even
the
gonna lie
trenches.
to you, bro.
I've been riding the trenches with Jaron and Witsit for a lot of years, so I ain't selling down the
we
river.
know that.
I
We
ain't selling
know.
down the river. What I'm saying is, let's consider the possibility that something happened that we don't know yet. Now, give me a month. You guys might either hate me or love me in a month. I don't know, but I'm not fucking. This is how much money I've made on anything of this. Everybody,
No,
zero,
okay.
zero money, zero
Dude,
money.
we just
These
do
were-
it. We do it because we love it. We do it
Yes.
because we're just looking for the truth. That's it.
Yes. Now, I would also expect you guys not to sell me out if you didn't have any information on me being a shithead. I hope you wouldn't sell me out. I'm the same way. I wouldn't sell you out. I'm not selling those guys out yet. I'm not saying what they're up to, but I ain't
How would you
selling
sell
anybody
them
out
out?
for 10 years. I have 10 years of these guys. I ain't selling them out. I'm just saying I don't understand what game they played. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to play an equal game and keep this fucking ship afloat. Fuck.
Yeah, but how would we sell you out though?
Well, I haven't gone down to Antarctica and made any observations yet. If I would have gone down there, I would have got fucking 10,000 long distance observations because it said it was so flat. And I also would have gotten fucking, shit
But
sun
that's-
observations. I would have done a million things. They haven't done
Right.
that. That's
As
why
soon
I'm
as
pissed
soon
off.
as you touch, as soon as you touch down, you get to work. Or you're-
Everything. I would have
Yeah,
started
right.
working the second I walked off that plane. I'd be like, "Where's the sun? Where's
Right.
the sun?
Where it's at. Where it's at.
Where's my thing? Where's my thing?" So
Right. It would have been.
What kind
it
of
would have
game
been
are we
easy.
inside of?
So, and that's the thing. Barbara brings it up, calls it. What's the question, Miss Cannon? So Barbara says a good point. It's over.
Yeah, it
Final
well, it never
experiment.
even really got started. If you think about it, I mean, it was a bunch. It was a load of shit from the get go. If you think about it, right off the bat, headed up, spearheaded by the most deceptive people that you can imagine. A preacher who could not be in any way, shape, or form really a Christian preacher based on the shit I've heard him say.
Yeah, I don't.
You
I
had
like
Tune right off the bat. As soon as I mean, it wasn't even any time since it was announced that he mentioned that Tune was the guy that he cooked this shit up with. All right, well, right now, that right there, that tells me a lot. That tells me a lot right off the bat. And I'm also kind of wary of the club, as I like to call it. And I notice that these are the same people that are always with the big show. And then when you're at a flat earth convention or something, they're kind of like their own kind of little clique, and everybody else is going over to them. Hey, oh, it's so and so and all this other. And I'm a little wary of that to begin with as well, too. I kind of like, because I don't see celebrity. I don't see any fucking buddy as a celebrity. You could put Donald Trump right here, and I'd talk to him the same way as I'm talking to any of y'all right now. You don't fucking impress me. Okay, that's all. I will give you the moniker of respect due to as any other human being, but I expect that same level back. And whatever I get, I give. And I push a little bit more. You give me a little bit of shit, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of shit.
Are you talking about me or Jaron, or like who are you talking about? Like in context, so I understand how you're talking about.
I'm talking about the club.
What's the club? What's the club?
Well,
I
the
don't
club,
understand.
Holy Trinity.
Mark and Dave and Jaron and Witsit and shit. They're just like
The Holy Quadrant.
There's like this club, and then you got the hanger honors on the fringes of it, like kind of like groupies.
Yeah. Club,
and then you got
and I
everybody
prefer mine
else who's
without
like,
bacon.
yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that's just the way I look at it. It's like that. And it's like I'm wary of clubs. I'm wary of that kind of thing. It doesn't mean altogether that I just, it's bad right off the bat. No, I just look at it with a keen eye and from a distance.
Yep.
And that's what I do. And you gotta know, every one of us knows that this is a hard fucking topic to get anywhere with in this video community. We are shadow banned like a motherfucker, right? And so when I see somebody with an ungodly amount of subscribers and shit for Flat Earth, I'm like, that's odd. That's odd. I've been running numbers that they show me in studio as opposed to what comes up in reality. And I'm like, they're fucking with my numbers. I know they got to be. Why ain't they fucking with their numbers? Why ain't they done nothing with their shit? You know? And so it puts me at this. Now, does that mean I throw everything they say out the window? No, it doesn't. Because I'm not in a perception deception. I'm listening to what that fucking guy is saying or what that woman is saying. And I'm running it through the filters of logic. I'm running it through looking, does this make sense? Is there anything that's loose and untied up that I'm missing right here? And I run it through real careful. And that's why I had to question this timeline. Now, if I'm wrong on the timeline, but it doesn't seem like I am, because if I was, it would be a simple matter of proving me wrong, and I could go ahead and say, hey, I was wrong about that. 100%, I apologize. Thank you for providing that proof. Now, if anything, when he went off and got pissed off at me, did he say anything like, hey, thank you for verifying that I was actually there?
No,
because I did. I did do that. Right? Didn't I show him? We saw the body cam footage, and then I showed an aerial view of the camp and everything and said, okay, well, this makes sense. There's where he was just walking. You can tell he made a left and went up here toward the camp to the tents and everything. Yeah. I think they were there. Now, something really sore spot with that simple little thing, that the reaction was too much over the top. Too much over the top. It's a legitimate question. We didn't see any dates. And even since this thing has even been mentioned and he went fucking ballistic on me over it, still haven't seen any fucking proof. Other than
he also had, and I was tracking this, Saab, just so you know. I was tracking, there was a lot of his, I'm saying Jer's, some of his tracking on some of his other, not on Facebook, on everything else, but he was talking to a lot of people on Telegram. Mm-hmm. And then you had talked about some contact he had with you on it was Telegram, or it was like he had actually
it's Facebook, right? Messenger.
Yeah. No, I saw a lot of his like a lot of his responses were very aggressive. Like it was like he was in a defensive posture. Yeah. That's not what I saw.
No, that wasn't a defensive posture at all. That was full-fledged on attack. Yeah. And that's what a liar does when you break in through their lie. I'm saying that's what the behavior indicates. Okay?
It's like hitting
because as I said, it would be so simple to dispel that. But I feel, my gut tells me that that's a hot button fucking issue. And there's a reason he got specifically so pissed off over that aspect of it over anything else. Okay. And then saying that I'm lying. No, someone who may be mistaken is not lying.
Yeah, sure.
So you're really free and loose with that fucking word. And that sounds like projection to me. Now, am I wrong for looking at it this way?
No, because I think you'd be. I think here's the thing. It's a good thing you did, because that's something for a little bit that we kind of were ignoring because we were focusing in a little bit too much on certain things. So it's a good thing you did. Somebody had to look. It happened to be you. And why not? If you're going to look, why not go all the fucking way and make the necessary calls instead of not calling? And then somebody asks you, Saab, did you make that call? Did you call the company at least? Then instead of looking like a total dickhead and being like, no, and then like, oh, maybe I should. You did it. And so, I mean, it's something that was done. So I don't see, that's the thing is we get this whole, oh, you're a lying flurf. What is there to lie about as a flat earther, especially now? This is fresh news. This is real time. This is happening. This is stuff from hundreds of years ago.
Can I speak to that, Vlad? I really want to speak to that. I think it's really super important. And this is gonna stretch out to all fucking circles, whether you're pro, con, everybody else. Like none of us of solid thinking mind. And please, like, can you Saab, turn your fucking camera back on so I can see your face? Or are you going to the bathroom?
He's probably doing something. He's probably taking a piss.
Right, whatever. I mean, this is important, guys. All of us, when this first hit us, whether it was 2015 for you, 2017, 2019, whenever it hit for you and you got a solid premonition that holy shit, I'm completely upside down. I didn't know anything. All of us are in the same fucking position. None of us wanted this. None of us wanted this. I was a perfectly happy musician, playing music, not talking about any of this shit. I was an old space nerd kid. I fucking Spaceballs, fucking sure. I'm fucking spinning around a fucking Earth. I didn't give a fuck about any of it. This came on to all of us. It came on to us, and we didn't want any of it. I didn't want it. I'm not sure Saul wanted it. I'm not sure Vlad wanted it. I'm telling you, none of us fucking wanted it. And now we're fighting about it for the same reason that we didn't want it. I hid it for 2 years. I didn't want anybody to know I was looking at Flat Earth. I thought it was dumb. I thought it was stupid. But for some reason, this group that's hanging out in this thing, in our chat or whatever fucking circle you're in, I don't give a fuck what circle you're in, we understand the spherical trig. We understand the fucking deception. We get it. And we got it early on. We're way ahead of time. We're way ahead of everybody else. They're going to get it, fuck, who knows, 10 years down the way, 20 years down the way. You know, but we're here early. And so, like, that's the end of my rant. I don't want to fucking rant like a motherfucker. I'm just saying, like, look, we got to get past this shit that we already understand what the fuck they did and figure out how to move forward. I'm not fucking white knighting for fucking Jer and Witsit and anything else. Just fucking figure it out, move forward, how we're going to expand consciousness moving forward, because it's clearly not a globe. People. That's it. Sorry, that's my last rant. And I'll mute up after that. That's it.
No. It's all right. I got you. We still have a hard time trusting them.
Yeah,
Still have a hard time trusting them, bro. Like, hey, you know what? This is what happens. We've been lied to since we were born.
Yeah.
Okay? We're starting to get our bearing now. It's almost like you've been poisoned your whole life until you get that drink of fresh water and there's nothing like it. And then they're trying to feed you lies again. They're trying to feed you the poison again. And you're like, I'm not going back to that anymore. So you'll fight it. You'll do everything. And if you think you smell a lie, you're going to lose your shit. We basically have a form of PTSD from all the lies and the bullshit, right? And so if they having a hard time dealing with that, well, fuck them. Deal with it. They're going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to fucking eat it. They got to eat that shit. And you want to know something? How many times did we tell them, y'all don't have to go? This trip is worthless. It's useless. You don't have to go. But you want to know what made them go? Their egos made them go.
Yep.
Their egos. You had the Globe guys saying, "Oh, you're an idiot if you don't go. Oh, you're a liar if you don't go."
They got bullied. They got bullied into it.
They got bullied into it. and we said, it's not what you're not good. It ain't going to be good. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We told them, we warned them. They decided they wanted to do it. And we're like, okay, all right. Okay. It's not going to change anything. And so the bare minimum is we expected them to do everything we thought they were going to do. They didn't do none of that. And instead you have all these gates that they're trying to figure out. You have so many inconsistencies, right? And how many times did I fucking flash this thing? A dozen and a half already. You know how easy that was? Just to do this and just to do this and just to play around and be like, Brenda. Very easy. They could have done this, and it's been a month. It's been a whole month. We haven't gotten this. We haven't gotten a ticket. You have him doing a paywall with a 5 hours. Are you kidding me? You're going to do a whole paywall, and you're going to charge the people that have suspicion of you lying. You're going to charge them money just to see you fuck off and eat Pringles in fucking Antarctica. Really? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
haven't we lost track of the
he's
simple
lost
thing?
Trust on top of trust.
Yeah, but haven't we lost track of the most simple thing ever? Is you can go out and test this yourself. And the rest of this is such bullshit. The rest of it's bullshit. The rest of it's hyperbolic bullshit. You can go out and test curvature with
We
even
know
binoculars. You don't even need a P900. You just need binoculars.
We know we.
I mean, I don't even know why we're even talking about it. It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Because
I mean, we don't have to talk about
it's
it.
like it's they've you know what, because they decided they wanted to take the mantle of responsibility on their shoulders and represent us. That's the problem. And the problem I have with that is I don't think like Jaren. But you want to know something? They're gonna fucking point at Jaren and say flat earther, and you're a flat earther, so you're a dumbass just like he's a dumbass. Oh, he got caught in a lie, so you must be a liar too. Guilty by association. Now David Weiss is caught up in that shit. And then people, and here's the thing. Like I even tried to warn, I was like, yo, man, David, man, watch who you keep company with. Of course he's not going to, nobody's going to listen to me. I got a little ass channel, you know what I'm saying? I love my viewers and I love the guys in the Foundry. They're so smart, they're amazing. But like, no, like them motherfuckers, David Weiss and them, you think they're going to listen to me? Hell no. Not one time does he take anything people from our side of the flat earth. Nothing of what we say they take seriously. We try to offer them some sound advice. Look, man, don't hang out with this motherfucker, man. He's going to fuck up your brand. That's already coming into question with everybody in this goddamn chat has a problem, has a bone to pick with David Weiss. They don't trust him. But I'm like, God damn, well, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Whether they have a leg to stand on or not, this is just another reason to show why they cannot trust David Weiss. And now Whitsitt is going along with them, and they tried to give Whitsitt the benefit of the doubt. And not to mention this, it doesn't help. It doesn't help, and it's unfortunate. But I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because a lot of people ain't said it. David Weiss, him being Jewish, you think people ain't saying that shit too?
Oh, of course, they've been
That's
saying
like
Jewish
the
for
first
years.
thing. Yeah, but this is like even this. They're like, see, you can't trust them. This is why you can't trust them. See, I told you, didn't I say that? It's like off the top, that's the first thing people are gonna run to. And that's not me saying that. That's everybody in the fucking flat earth community that already lost standing with him, that don't trust him in the first place. Oh, he's Jewish.
Let me ask you this. Vlad, let me ask you this.
He's gonna lie to you.
Ultimately,
this is why. And then I'm sorry to cut you up, but let me finish
worries.
this. Let me finish this part. And then they're like, this is why he went on the show with Whitsitt so he could play his lawyer. What do you think people were saying just about that shit off the top? He's covering for Whitsitt. He's playing his lawyer. You know how they like to be lawyers. You ain't think people heard that shit? It's real talk. And so because of that, now David Weiss fucked his whole thing up.
You guys, you remember you and I went through this one night, Vlad. Zeteo, which is like the root word of zetetic. Zeteo, which is a truth seeker, right? So like when you go out, you literally want to look for the data, what you can measure. Yeah, Zeteo, look it up. Zetetic, that's the old zetetic.
Okay,
writings,
right.
Every single person in the chat and everybody that's listening to this, the ultimate version of zetetic is you go out by yourself with the optics that you can and get a measurement over the course of an apparent claim of a 3959 radius of a ball. It's really super simple for everybody to do it. And if you just studied, like I know that remembering your high school math and everything else, it sucks. Nobody wanted to go through that shit when they were in high school. They wanted to go out and get laid and get a job and make a bunch of money and have a house and get a boat and do a bunch of shit. But if you go back to the old geometry, you can go back in and it's really simple. You can go out, take a pair of binoculars and sort this on your own without us screaming at you, without us talking in big groups and saying, get to my side or get to your side or I believe in this or I believe in that. Everybody can go out and do it. The land observation of it finishes it. There's no more debate.
Yeah,
now,
we know.
If you want to say that it's a fucking ball a million times bigger, well then fuck you astrophysicists. Fuck everyone that said everything that it was, because they're wrong. They're wrong.
Did Jaren and them do a level experiment?
It would have been nice if they did it in Antarctica.
They didn't do one, right?
I don't know yet. I have to go. I'm still going through the videos. I mean, that would have been the best place to see. There were mountains that were 30 miles away on that ice shelf. That would have been an easy one. That would have been a super fucking easy one. All right? But it doesn't fucking matter. All the rest of this bullshit doesn't fucking matter. It just matters looking at where you walk around on. You can do it yourself. Review your damn high school geometry. It's not that fucking difficult.
Yeah, man.
We know. This is a really big rant, dude. I should probably get off.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I'm in
it's
rant
cool.
mode. Yeah, anyway.
It's cool. It's cool. They had like one job, and they fucked that whole opportunity away, huh?
Boy, I'll tell you what.
Could have been better. Could have been better. You know, could have been.
There was a guy, Light Before the Tunnel. I don't know if you've ever heard of that channel or not, but he put out a pretty good post today, and I went ahead and reshared it on my
You said Light Before the Tunnel?
Yeah, I put it in the private chat. The post. It's just and it really talks about this. It puts a whole nother light on the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That trying to put the celestial things in the sky, which are within God's realm, into the realm of science is like a fool's errand. We don't understand anything about the fucking shit to begin with. And then to pretend we have science behind, I mean, if you want to read the post out loud or whatever, or I put the link in the chat, but I thought that was a really interesting take on the entire thing. But before my machine crashed, what I was trying to explain, how do you establish those latitudes once you get past the equator?
Because you can't see the north Polaris.
That's right. So now what are you relying on? The little bits of land. Wait a second, Lowry, I'm not done.
No, that was me that interrupted. My bad.
Those bits of land in the south that are there are not as much as in the north.
Right.
So actually lining them up is kind of a problem, right? As you're going around in the circle. Mm-hmm. So these are, how accurate are they? How accurate really are those latitudes in the south, especially within the ocean? Now they can put a landmass someplace so that it'll match up to what they say that the latitude is, but is that really the latitude? How would you really measure it? You can't. You can only calculate it.
I mean, Sav, this will piss you off already, but I would like I've already beat this dead horse. I think you need somebody in each state of affairs, whether it's across a continent, at least when the continent's lit up, and you have somebody in each state, or even better, in each town in each state, at a certain time when it's lit up, and everybody gets a general reckoning of where the sun is, and then you literally draw lines to it, and then eventually you're going to get a sense of it.
How are you going to do that in the South Pacific, Lowry?
Well, you can actually extrapolate it to the South Pacific because it's going to make sense.
Well, that's the problem, the extrapolation, because we're assuming that these maps are correct, that these coordinates in the South are actually correct.
Well, I would posit that it's opposite in the South, and that we should get it, at least if we got it in the 50 states. If we got it in the 50 states, 50 persons. I
don't think you understand what I was talking about with this.
No, I actually do.
I'm not even talking about the fucking sun. I'm not even talking about the sun.
What are you talking about?
I am talking about the latitudes.
The latitudes. The sideways instead of the longitudes, the latitudes. Laterals.
I mean, they're written from east to west. Invisible land, and like I guess we could, we're talking about a line that we can't see that's written down in someone's mind. Okay.
Well, it's on maps, Lowry.
Well, maps are made up.
So my question is,
maps are made up.
How did they get there? How did they get there?
I think maps are made up by shorelines.
Ooh. All right, so you don't get the point.
I do get it. Right. Like maps are made up by shorelines. So like, you have shorelines, like we have to know that where the shorelines are.
That's wonderful. great.
So Sal,
That's great, Lowry. So what do you do in that great big huge fucking chunk of ocean that we call the South Pacific, where there are no land masses? There's no land in sight. You have to go by movement in time in the sky without an
Yeah.
observation of a
You can get
stationary point.
you
Therefore,
get
it's
star lines.
calculated.
You can get star lines for sure.
well,
Yeah. Star lines.
that's tough. That's tough.
That's you still have to do accurate time as well, and that's only going to calculate your position. Let's
You
not
have to
forget,
remember- yeah, you
once
have
you do that, it's going to be transferred over onto already given to you global coordinates, which are not necessarily right. This is why we see down in the south that the meridians actually do spread away from one another. This is why the sailboat speed record is like 4.5 knots in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, I actually believe that. I'm actually in agreement with you on that. I actually
So that's
agree
what
with
I'm
you on
saying. You know,
Like-
we don't have any really inclination as to really how far south, except by what global coordinates that we've been given.
The only maps we have literally is like a guy traveling against the shore, and they know what the shore does, and they went around the shores all the way around or wherever they went or whatever.
Right.
And that's all we got. We got nothing else that's like in the deep South Pacific. There might be a big piece of land there. We don't know, whatever it is, or maybe they got shot down by the time they got a chance to map it or whatever. All we got is like these shorelines. That's all we got. And then we put it on a projection. Either it's from above, which is the AE, or this Mercator projection, which is a complete bullshit fucking monitor of like stupid, you know. And like we don't have anything else. All you can do is travel the edge of a thing and draw it. As a person in a ship. Well, let's draw that shoreline. You know, Captain Cook allegedly went around the whole damn 70,000 way and took the wrong way around, which gives you the fucking ice wall. And did that thing. It was like, it took fucking, whatever,
Right,
3 years to get around this
you
thing.
get that
right?
shoreline of Chile, right?
I mean, like, it's the same
Let's
thing.
go
It's
east.
like,
Now let's go east. And we got a shoreline for what? New Zealand. Okay.
yeah, I mean, there's
Right?
a lot of shit
So
down there.
how I mean, what I'm saying is, all that in the middle, all that in between those areas right there are calculated and given to you with globe coordinates. They're not necessarily real coordinates. You understand? And so consequently, this place could be much bigger than what we're told.
I would agree with
And
that.
who's going to fucking check?
Who can check? You got a boat?
We
I'll
can't.
go ahead and check
Yeah.
it.
And even
Not
if you
get
do,
shot out of
you're
the
not going to
water.
publish your findings because it has to go through the fucking Royal College of Longitude.
Yep.
Yes, that's right. Through the Crown approval.
Dude, I love maps. I'm a map freak, and like I haven't found a map that I didn't like, but so far I can't find a map that
Probably
exactly
except this
works.
one.
Yeah, is that wait? That's Mercator-ish.
That's a Mercator map.
That's a
Yeah,
Mercator.
that's just a big splatter of vomit on a wall. That one, but it kind of tells
Real
you
pretty
something.
and old, 1963.
I mean, look,
I got
like what works for planes, what works for the military. It's like if I went to the White House and I asked, like, they wanted to ask me, like, what one thing do you want to know about the world? I'd be like, what map do you use? I would ask them that, and I wouldn't want like the president of the United States to be like, oh, you want to see the map that we use? And I'd be like, yes, I want to see the map that you use because I'd like to know where the fuck we are, and I would know that they were fucking with me already because I've been looking at maps since I was 10.
I'll be honest with
So,
you.
like,
I don't think they know a lot of those guys in the White House. I really don't think they're familiar with that. I would ask a pilot what chart he would use, and if they use charts. But that's another thing is they'll be like, charts. Fucking, I haven't used charts since training. I don't think I'd ever use a chart. I would use a GPS, and it's like, oh. Fuck.
Wouldn't you want to know how little of fuel you would want to use to fly directly to a spot as soon as possible? I would think that would be important to, like, say, if I'm flying from DC to, I don't know, London, so that you can, like, save as much money as possible. I would think that they would know that they would have the exact map to get them to exact spot exactly there because that's business. That's,
yeah, they'd have an altitude and they just so they can deconflict, they'd have an altitude, and then they would have an air lane, and then they'd take it to a spot, and they'd hit that spot, and then they'd take that from that spot a different angle just
And
to
don't
get
you
to their
think somebody knows that stuff, guys?
pilots, yeah, totally.
Not just pilots, the guys that own the planes. Don't you think they know that? The guys that own the company that owns the planes, don't you think they know that? They're like, I'm not going to spend shit to get here. What's the quickest way? Boom. And you watch those flight paths, it's just capitalism. It's just fucking basic economy.
Yeah, but I mean,
You want to fly around and waste a bunch of fuel to fly around his place to like fake going around a globe, which they're not. I mean,
you know, I think we've gotten to the. I don't know. I think we've gotten to the point now that the cat's out the bag.
Cat's out of the
And
bag.
it's people, yeah, it's people's option and choice to whether they want to acknowledge the cat or not. But it's out. You know what I'm saying?
God,
And
it's
so
out of the
my
bag.
thing is if those people don't want to acknowledge the cat, that's their problem. That's fine. We're still gonna fucking take jabs at those guys that went on that trip, sure. But we're moving on. And I think that's the best part of this channel is that it's come a time where we're just gonna walk away. We're
I
gonna walk
put back.
away.
You can answer Lowry's question real simple.
Yeah.
There's an air map from 1943
Hey.
Oh yeah,
that I put back
think I've
in
actually seen
the
this. Can you
private chat.
share
Yeah.
it?
And
Share it.
I share it now. Excuse me.
I want to know what map they're using. That's what I'm interested in.
that one.
Oh, well, look at that
Yeah.
map.
This
Well,
is the map of the air age.
Direct line of sight flying so that they don't spend too much money on fuel. Gee, that's the one I would use. Gee.
The air map of the world. Yeah.
So now many people they have their question answered as to why on the way home from Vietnam their plane stopped in Alaska.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well,
Gee.
let's see. If we look at this map right here, there go China. Right here, around here would be Vietnam. There go Hainan Island. So Vietnam's right there. The United States being right here, it's a straight shot. So you would fly right here.
They
Right
went
around
to
here
Japan.
is Tonkin.
They would go from Hanoi to Japan.
Okay.
And then
So they would
from
take this
Japan to
route
the
right here.
United States.
Can you see my cursor?
Yep.
Okay, so they would take this route right here. Boom.
Yep.
They would fly down. Boom. There's Kamchatka in Russia, and then they would
And
continue down. And there goes Alaska right here.
Yeah.
Boom. The tip of Alaska. Boom. Down. U.S.
San Diego,
Southern California, Mexico, and all there, right there. So they would take this route right here. Exactly. Boom. And
So
up.
can
Boom.
I just ask a simple business owner out there in the world? You run a local, say it's a local, corner shop, and you're like, what's the most efficient way to sell stuff? You want to sell it the most you can in a margin, and you want to buy it at the cheapest, whatever. If you're a plane, you run a plane company, you want to go to the exact place as quick as possible so that you could maybe maximize on your profits of your little company, whether it's you're running a plane company or running a fuel company, whatever. You want to get to the place as quickly as possible. You go straight. Guess what map you use? It's that one. I'm sorry, guys. It's over. This debate has been over for 100 years. Look at it from a standpoint of economics. The straightest way to get to somebody, nobody wants to lose money. You know, if you're in a business, you're running a business, you're taking care of your kids, you have to fucking raise them, you have to send them to college or whatever. You're not going to send them on a route that makes no sense. It's a direct route. This map makes sense. I'm sorry, guys. That's my last rant, guys. I love you guys.
Send them to plane school. Hell yeah.
That's it.
Son, you're going to plane school.
That's it.
Don't forget your lunch. Yeah, man. Nah, totally. Let's see. I'm gonna cut out of that right there. Okay. Yeah, man. So we're looking at the future now. Hey, Nikki, how you doing?
We love you guys.
Bread.
Love
I
you.
know we-
What'd
I
she say?
made bread.
She actually
What kind of
made
bread?
bread tonight. She made focaccia bread and also regular bread.
Go look
Hey,
at this shit.
focaccia bread.
fucking made bread.
Guys, I know we have a lot of arguments out there in the chats. I know we have a lot of disagreements, but
What's up now?
we're all generally
Hi,
Uncle Sav. We're all generally in the same position. I know it gets you guys get angry and disappointed and whatever. We're all in the same position. Just hang the
Nobody's
fuck in there.
angry and disappointed. Everybody is allowed to express their emotions. Just
I'm a
don't
little
be
ranty.
assholes
I'm
to
a little
each other.
ranty. Yeah.
You know, like, even if you want to be an asshole, like, you could just be like, hey, you know what, I just was an asshole.
Hello, Roger. You rock.
Roger.
Roger Lidwell.
What's up, Roger?
He's here. Roger, you rock.
Anyway, I just wanted to say I made bread. It was really good, and I'm
She
really
did.
proud of myself.
That's what's up, man.
Listen, it's really easy to make bread, and seriously,
I make bread. I make bread every other weekend.
The next time I see you guys, we shall break bread together.
We'll break
Hell
bread.
yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I might bring some bread with me.
Yeah. When's the
might
next
bring
time you're in Brooklyn?
Let's see, not this weekend. Probably next weekend. It'll probably be now. Hopefully, we don't have shit weather next weekend too. But it'll probably be next weekend. Yeah, I know. we're having shit weather right now. It's snowing right now.
Ain't no way I'd go outside right now. Look, we're looking at what the hell was the temperature I had on this damn thing here earlier?
Snow like
They were trying to tell me 23 degrees outside. That's comparable to what they were having down there in Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, I put on. I'm wearing a hoodie, and if I had to run out to my Jeep, which is just right outside the door, I'd put my fucking coat on. Now I know I wouldn't be going out there with no shirt on, and I sure as hell know I ain't going to stand out there long enough for somebody to take a fucking picture of me.
Nope.
I'm sorry, that just ain't happening, man.
I feel you, man.
And I know Florida boy ain't gonna be standing out there with no damn shirt on.
Nope.
You know, them gingers, they sensitive to the weather. I know my son's one. The sun is not their friend, and the cold is not their friend either, man.
Oh hell no. Hell no. Yeah,
My
man.
son
And
Ryan's a ginger. He can't. No, fuck no. Son will burn him up, boy.
Anyway, we love you guys. Keep doing keep doing the thing you're doing, and we'll argue and fight and argue, but we still love each other. I still love all you guys, everybody in chat. Even if you think I work for the CIA, I don't. I've made exactly this amount of money on Flat Earth.
You worked for me.
About this. That's about how much money I've made on Flat Earth.
for me.
So, love you guys, and you
Love
guys
you
have a
guys,
good night.
man. Be safe, bro.
Cheers.
Be safe, man.
Peace.
All right, man. Peace. Yeah, everybody. That was Lowry, y'all. Lowry's
Holy shit. Your wife just went to let the dogs out. That's over there, right?
oh,
That
snap.
cold air is whooshing in here on the floor. I can feel
Wow.
it coming in here on the floor, man.
So that answers a 25-year-old question. Huh. That's crazy. That answers a 25-year-old question out, y'all.
What's that?
You just answered who let the dogs out. Apparently, Stav's wife did. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, that's how you let the dogs out. You're responsible. Yeah, let the dogs out.
Yeah, right.
Then she's on cookie duty when they come back in. See,
Yep. Oh boy. Boy.
Now we know.
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you something. When I got out there, it was so fucking cold. I put my key in my Jeep this morning, and it wouldn't turn. And I was like, "What the hell?" And I had to like warm the key up so that it would warm the tumblers inside the ignition, and then it would turn.
Oh yeah. You mentioned that. God, dog. That
Yeah, that happened yesterday, and it happened today again. And it was like, holy crap, man. It was like I was like, oh, come on. Okay, I know I got this. I know how to get this thing to go, because I fuddled around with it for a long time till I figured out what was going on. I was like, I gotta heat up that key. You know, if it wasn't a bunch of plastic and shit on there, I'd go ahead and use something and heat up the lock itself. But you know, I don't want to melt my steering column or anything. So
God, dang, man, that's the thing that sucks about being in these cold places. Now I think about our kind of cold where we are in the South, South, and then I think about people that live in like Michigan and Illinois and Minnesota and stuff like that, and Alaska. And I'm like, okay, this is not cold like that is cold, or
No.
Canada, right? Because that's cold. And when
Yeah,
it snows and it gets cold, it's like, damn.
How
Yeah.
cold is it at your place now?
Right now, it's like around what, 20? Is it around 20 degrees right now? 23 degrees?
it's
Something?
my phone's showing
18?
let me see, 25 here where I live.
25 degrees. Yeah.
What's
So
that
it's
in
around
Celsius?
Let me hang on, I'll tell you. I got a
So let's
handy
see.
dandy little conversion thing on here. Here, see.
25 degrees.
So
1 degree. I don't know.
all right, so God damn it, if it ain't gonna show me a commercial. I swear to God, even my converter app's gonna give me some kind of thing. You know, they make you sit through that dumb shit, you know. That's what gets you.
I'm over here. This is me right here playing my I'm over here playing virtual headset this evening.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm over there playing Transformers. Hi. Woo! Boy, I was on fire, boy, playing my virtual headset. Loving that shit.
So that's minus 3.8 Celsius.
Minus 3.
Okay.
So it's
It's
almost
0 Celsius here right now.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit warmer.
We just call it colder than a well digger's ass.
Shit. Yep. Virtual headset, boy. I like playing that. That's fun. I tried to run away. Yeah. Virtual Brenda.
Oh, good God.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. That was fun. Brenda coming in here. You're a liar.
Liar.
Lies.
Liar. What did I lie about? Everything I showed was fat. You know, those
legit.
are fat.
Yeah, it's legit. It just hurts.
All you do. It's all you do, guys.
Yeah, it
That's
hurts.
what you say.
But real talk, we have got to figure out. We've got to figure out going to the north. We're gonna listen. You're gonna run across a lot of people like Brenda saying it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Sure, it doesn't have to make sense. Not to them. We don't expect it to make sense to them. We just need to figure out what the hell's going on up north. So we need to focus our attention that way. Awaken Nemesis, thank you. Shout out to Awaken Nemesis. And I know he's not the only one saying that, but he was one of the ones that basically focused my attention to it for a long time. And he said, start putting your eyes on the north. So I think that's where we need to focus our attention. Get some money together, get some people together, and let's attack this fucking thing and let's make it our experiment. We can handle it our way. We don't have to worry about other people going up there and like boogering it up. You understand?
God, stop looking at the fucking sky to tell what the earth is.
Yeah.
That is some of the dumbest shit. I mean, outside of like being able to use the stars for navigation and shit, that doesn't tell you anything about the condition of where you're standing at all. We don't even know what that shit is. You know, they act like they know it is, and they say they know it is. Why? Because that gives you power to say, I know what this is. I know what this is. I have looked at, you know, and that even, and if you don't know, just convincing people that you do know gives you power. I don't accept that because the explanations they give us are the dumbest shit I ever heard in the world. Yep. Balls of gas forming for no reason. I don't give a shit if it's a vacuum or not. Balls of gas don't form for any reason, ever. It just doesn't happen. You can't, you know, and they say, oh, yeah, then the gravity of it. And all this shit based off some myth they beat into your head about mass attracting mass. That is the biggest bullshit myth in the world. And people believe that crap. And you mean to tell me your best proof, your best evidence of that is some janky ass crackpot and shit from the 1700s? Honey, if that was the fucking best I had, I'd be embarrassed as shit.
Yep.
I would.
That and a guy from what, a couple of thousand years ago, Eratosthenes.
Yeah.
That's the best that they got. And if you don't agree,
and that's even a stupid argument from their ass right off the bat, because Eratosthenes wasn't going to go out to prove a globe. He was going out to measure how big the globe was. He already thought it was a fucking globe. That's why he used spherical math when he goddamn calculated it. I can use that same type of mathematics on my kitchen floor, and that would tell me that my kitchen is a ball.
Yep. Based off of this ball math, the ball,
Yeah.
the curve of your kitchen, and it's like, oh wow.
Mhm.
And that's what people go off of. What I found telling was the footage of where they had that old slave during the NASA launching. And they were like, we've got, Jethro Jackson over here. I forgot his name. And they were like, Mr. Jackson doesn't believe we went to the moon. And he was like, ain't no way and no how we went to the moon. Remember that? The old black dude that was like, we didn't go to no moon. We didn't go to no moon. We couldn't get, how you going to get? And you want to know something? Like, I thought about that this morning. That old man doing what he did and saying, how are you going to get to the moon? When he said that, all I thought about were the other people there that was like, there's no, how do you go to the moon? You know what it led me to believe? That they already understood that the moon isn't a solid object.
Yeah.
It led me to believe just that. And I wonder the amount of knowledge they had about the Bible to understand the firmament. You understand? And even though people are like, oh, you can't rely on the Bible, the firmament, this and that, fine. You don't have to believe in the Bible. But there are people that are a lot smarter than we are, that are a lot more capable than we'll ever be, right? The house that you live in was probably built by your grandfather or your great-great-grandfather that believed such things, right? So the vast amounts of knowledge, or the things that they knew, or the way they understood the world, was a little bit different. So of course he was like shocked. He was like, how the hell do you go to the moon? It's just a light. So he understood that, and he didn't, him being who he was, him thinking the way he did, he didn't fall for the BS. And I gotta commend somebody like that, to be like, there's no way in hell it's a light. But everybody else doesn't know this kind of information, and then the false information that our parents knew is what's getting passed down and fed to us. And then that's the same stuff that we pass down to our kids, of course, if we don't know any better.
Yep, that's exactly right. It's not like they're intentionally lying to you. They were intentionally lied to at some point, and then that carries on generationally. This is why it only takes 1 to 2 generations to float some bullshit like this. Like right now, they're teaching kids and shit in school that they just shouldn't ought to be teaching these kids, right? And all the parents are like, oh, we hate this. You need to stop this. And the schools are just like, yeah, fuck you. We're doing it anyways, because they don't care about you. Those people are going to be voting in just a few years. They're going to be adults, 18 years old, voting, indoctrinated in their mind into this bullshit from a government indoctrination center that you've had no choice but to send your child to, because you got to work 2 fucking jobs just to pay your taxes. All right. It's all by design.
Yep.
They don't give a shit if you object to it or not. They're going to do it, and it's going to have an impact. That's how it's done, my man.
Yep.
So true.
And it's wild, because like the rest of the folks that don't see it are pushing it hard, and they don't know any better. They just don't know any better. And it's tough to watch, because like, no matter how hard we try to fight it, we're going to still fight it. And like our kids, we would hope that they would see it the right way. But when they don't see it the right way, even though you're like, hey, that's their own mind, that's their mind, it kind of breaks your heart, because it's like, where did I go wrong? Why does my kid not see it this way? And at the end of the day, yes, your kid is an individual. He or she is their own person. But you just hope that they pick up what it is you've picked up, right? But everybody's got their own path. It's tough, but everybody's got their own path. I just pray that my girls figure it out hopefully before I die, but definitely before they die. But one can hope. One can hope. Yeah, but to not be a deadbeat downer. So about the North, guys. Suggestions. What do we have? I'm all ears and eyes. Matter of fact, Saab, you handle it. I have to make this bladder shrink it a little bit. I'll be right back after these
Can I
messages.
get you to
Saab?
pull something up on screen real quick?
Yeah. What you
All
got?
right. Go ahead. Pull that up right there.
Okay. Boom.
All
You got
right.
it, Saab.
Everybody knows that the moon is a sphere, you stupid flurf. Just look at it.
Oh
How do
God.
you guys is that a sphere?
Saab, what if you have fucking that condition where if you look at those things, you kind of scratch and itch, it makes you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Tritium? Titria?
Look,
Oh wow. I thought that was
that's
a
a
sphere.
flat piece of wood.
Sure fooled me.
That's a flat piece of wood.
Oh, it looks like a ball.
Yeah, it does. But everybody knows the moon's a sphere. Do we really? I don't know. This thing's got texture. And it's totally flat.
Oh man, it's like Titrium or something like that, where you look at a bunch of holes in series and it kind
Yeah.
of makes you feel uncomfortable.
But I mean, see, that's my point right there. That right there, that first image that you saw would convince you that what you were looking at was a ball. It was a sphere. But then when we looked at it from other angles, then we were like, oh, wait a second. No, it's not. And they just did that with a CNC router and a piece of wood.
Mm-hmm. Shit, talking about CNC, I remember. Wow, yeah, and that's a good example. That's a good example. But if you show that to a Glober, they'd act like they don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, of course. They have
Yeah.
to. They have
Saab,
to hang on to their religion.
yeah, Saab, go ahead, run it for a bit. I will be right back after these messages.
All right.
Go ahead.
Right after these messages. So yeah, like what I was saying earlier, man, that this coming on and flying off the fucking handle at me because I'm got questions and I bring up some shit and I'm like, wait, this don't make any damn sense. Okay. And I've even put it out there. If I'm wrong, if you prove that I'm wrong, show me a fucking passport stamp, anything, an explanation as to why. Oh, I should pull up. You know what? Why don't you come up? Oh shit, where is that? Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's going to be on his messenger that he sent me. But yeah, I guess Ryan went through, or Jaron did a. Is that the one? No, that's. Damn it. Shit, it's going to be way back here somewhere. Got to look on here, but he was actually, commented on Ryan's video under a sock account, and I'm trying to. Damn! See, there's a lot of messages. Here we go. Okay, I'll have to wait till Vlad comes back for this, but because I've already stopped sharing my screen and I don't have control. But like I said, you got to have a date and time stamp. I got it, Ryan. I found it. You don't have to send it again. But like I'm saying, it'd be that simple instead of going, you're an asshole, quit lying and all this other shit. And I'm like, look, I'm going by the information that I got. It's not like I got a whole bunch of information from you. I don't have any date timestamps or anything on any of the videos. The times and shit that you showed on the airplane does not include any date. I'm curious what you're doing between the 18th and 19th, and I think you didn't leave till the 20th, you told me. So what the fuck was you doing? You just laid back in a hotel room, or didn't you bother going around the town and checking it out a little bit and maybe show your audience, hey, this is what they do in Puerto Arenas, and look, let's go have some Chilean sea bass, or
I would do that.
what the hell, anybody would. I mean, anybody would. It just stands to reason. I don't know, man. There's just too much of it. That's just, and when you point out those things like that, it's like, you're lying. I'm lying about what? You did put out some video from that time period. You know, you have anything to indicate that you did do this? You know, that's what I'm getting at. And it's why you got to get so pissed off when somebody asks you about it. You know, that's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just too much.
Weird
Let's
behavior.
see if I can download that one so I can actually, whoops, when he comes back. There he is. So I got to go to my download folder. Ryan said that this is my son burned the corporate fiction.
Mm-hmm.
He said that this is let me just make sure real quick. No, wrong way. Go that way, that way. All right. So this way. Let me make this big and then we can zoom this in. He said that this seemed to be from a sock account from Jaron making a comment on one of his videos. So let me put that backstage. You want to bring that up? The thing is because he called him Jaron and he didn't even correct him. Okay. So he says, burn the corporate fiction. The question is, what are you right about? Or rather, what have you proven to be right about? And the answer is absolutely nothing. You're just assuming nonsensical stuff and making all sorts of conclusions based on those assumptions. It's just conspiracy after conspiracy. Everyone that doesn't agree with you is working against you. Guess what? It's not all about you. So he says, let me go to the next one. He said, I do not think that those who do not agree with me are against me. Also, I say multiple times on this stream that none of this is smoking gun conclusive evidence, but there are many shady past events and connections surrounding those who put this together. Where there is smoke, there is fire, and man, there is a lot of smoke. The connections I point out are very real, and I've uncovered more since I made this stream. I have decided to go back to teaching the law, which is what my last stream was about. But apparently I should do another stream disclosing my recent findings. You cannot wait to take your mask off and cash in on that Glover troll money, Jaron. I hear it in your voice and the way you try to dupe your cult members into believing that a 24-hour sun all of a sudden creates convexity to the earth and allows a fluid pressure system to exist inside of a vacuum without containment. You guys are grifters, and I have shown, and apparently you want me to continue to show, the intelligence apparatus who set this up for you. You guys really fucked up by getting Candace Owens involved because we are already on to that Rothschild stooge. And I think, hold on a second, I'm going to take this down for a sec. Let me close this. And yeah, see, the one before that I didn't play. That's the one. Hang on a second. Let me grab that real quick. What led up to it? So let's see. Yeah. Let me present, share screen. Oh shit. It's this one. Okay. There you go.
All right. Boom.
Oh no, that's not the right one. Hold on. Oh yeah, it says, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. You are spewing nonsense and showing completely unrelated." And he said, "What am I wrong about, Jaron?" Right. So it started out. He said, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. You just spewing nonsense and showing completely unrelated clips. What a joke! You guys are even more delusional than I thought. Oh, and you are not a detective, dude. Like what the fuck? Just give it up and admit you were wrong for once in your life. Be truthers for a change." Who's that sound like, right? He says, what am I wrong about, Jaron? And he comes back, the question is, what are you right about? And then, of course, the rest of it that I read, I mean, I was like, come on.
Wow.
Speaks just like Jaron, right?
Mm-hmm. You're a fucking retard. What's going on, Ryan S? American Off Grid. What's going on? Jim Anus. What's happening, bro? Derek Nelson. I saw you in there, man. Derek D. Nelson. What's going on, bro? It's good to see y'all, man. It's good to see y'all in the house. Burn the corporate fiction. Burn. What's going on, brother?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my son.
Oh, so that was. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What's going on, man? What's
That's
happening?
Burn the Corporate Fiction. That's the guy whose video that he commented on.
Yeah.
He-
Okay.
And of course, he's going to have a boner against him because he's got a boner against me, and he's
Against
going to
you.
go just like that because he said something about in those messages he sent me, just like your fucking retard son. And I was like, okay, that ties it right together
Yeah.
right there. You
So
know?
he got a
And I sent you that conversation, Vlad. You saw that. What was the big point of contention that time period, man?
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, he was mad.
Yeah, man. It's like you shined a light on it, and it's like, it is what it is, man. People got caught out there, and people are hurt about it. But if you think you're hurt about it, how do you think the people that you betrayed
No doubt.
feel about it?
No doubt.
Right. So there's stuff that ain't right with it, man. We're not going to accept it, and I think rightfully so. I don't think we need to accept that. And the experiment wasn't done on our terms. It wasn't done on the community's terms. The community did not bless it. They didn't omni-domni it. They didn't feel good. We didn't feel good about it. Like, that thing stunk to high heaven, and rightfully so. Now we see what they came back with, or what they didn't come back with, and they're mad at us. We said the thing was faulty from the get-go. So now we have an opportunity. And hey, there goes Roger Ledwell. Roger Ledwell wants to go south. Instead of going south, why don't you just go north, man? Why don't you just go north? If we decide we want to do a flat earth northern experiment, or observation rather, right? To go explore the north, I think that's in order. I think we can jive with that. That's something we could rock with. And that's a place that I feel kind of like Awakened Nemesis woke me up to that. I feel that requires the brunt of our attention. You understand? So let me know what you think about that. This experiment is a dead fish in the water. And so we don't want to feast on that dead fish. And so we want something of our own. Indeed. And I throw some money at that. I throw some money at that in a heartbeat. I throw some money at that in a heartbeat. And then we'll fund it. Everything else, I know I'll throw some money at it. You come up with the test plan as to how you wanna handle it, what you're gonna do while you're down there, or while you're up there, whatever. And yeah, man, go forth and fucking handle business. Go forth and handle business. Don't go there without a clue and like, guys, what should I do now? I just had a soda. What do you think I should do next?
Yeah, right.
Some salty chips.
Right.
There you
Alan
go.
Northland. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you, Alan.
I just saw this thing that came across on when I was getting on a Facebook, and this is ridiculous. They had a patented invention from 1963 that was designed to help women give birth easily. It said first the pregnant woman is strapped onto the table, lying on her back. When labor begins, the table spins at a calculated speed, theoretically using centrifugal force to assist in delivering the baby.
Oh, boy.
The table, like shaking a ketchup bottle or something, right?
Yeah.
The table speed can reach up to 8G, which is equivalent to forces experienced by pilots during high-speed maneuvers in fighter jets. The speed of rotation is adjusted dynamically dependent on the mother's progress and the baby's position. This force is intended to assist the uterus in pushing the baby out naturally by supplementing the mother's own efforts. Oh my God. And they even got like a drawing with a little net.
I was going to say, what do they got? Some wide receivers over there waiting to catch the baby?
Oh, shit. No, you're going to have to see this for your own.
Oh, no.
I'm good. This
man.
is funny as shit. You got to see this. Jesus. Check this out. This is fucked up.
It's not going to get my
It's not real. It's not real. It's animated.
Oh.
So they're not really slinging a baby out of somebody. But here we go. Let me unmute it.
And it's based on a patent filed in 1963.
Oh God, no umbilical cord, huh? Nice.
Pregnant woman is strapped onto the table, lying on her back. When labor begins, the table spins at a calculated speed, theoretically using centrifugal force to assist in delivering the baby. The table's speed can reach up to 8 g, which is equivalent to forces experienced by pilots during high-speed maneuvers in fighter jets. The speed of rotation is adjusted dynamically depending on the mother's progress and the baby's position. This force is intended to assist the uterus in pushing the baby out naturally by supplementing the mother's own efforts. At the base of the rotating table, a soft cushioned receptacle or net is installed to catch the baby safely once it is expelled.
Oh,
The
God.
receptacle is designed to absorb the impact and gently cradle the newborn, preventing
Oh,
any
boy.
injuries. The system features a bell that signals when the baby has been delivered,
Oh my
especially
God.
in case medical personnel are momentarily distracted. Once the baby is delivered, the table is stopped and the mother is unstrapped. The newborn is immediately taken for standard post-delivery medical checks. The apparatus includes a manual and automatic stop function to halt the rotation immediately if complications occur. The system
God.
limits the maximum rotation speed to avoid excessive forces that could harm the mother or the baby. The concept was developed by George and Charlotte Blonsky, a childless husband and wife duo with no medical background.
Oh.
George Blonsky, a mining engineer, and his wife were inspired during a visit to a zoo, where they observed an elephant giving birth. They noticed the elephant moved in a circular, almost spinning motion before delivering its calf. This behavior intrigued them and sparked the idea that centrifugal force could assist childbirth. Although the US government awarded them a patent in 1965, their invention remained a theoretical concept and was never implemented in medical
Thank
settings for
God.
reasons you can easily guess.
I'm
You
good.
mean like possibly puke flying out the other way from
Oh,
somebody
Lord.
getting spun around on a fucking table? Come on,
Oh,
man.
God. I'm good. I'm good. No.
Thank God they didn't ever put that out there. But listen, that's the kind of
Yeah.
crazy shit that they come up with, man.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Man, what we got right now? It's midnight 25. Yeah, it's yeah, I knew somebody was gonna say it. He said Polacks. I was like Blonsky. All I was thinking was somebody gonna say some shit. Somebody gonna say something about the Poles.
How do you get a one-armed Polak out of a tree? You wave at him.
Oh, oh boy. Yeah, I love how the bell rings as soon as his head
Yeah,
strikes.
that was fuck. Dinner's ready. Jesus.
Welcome to the world.
Yeah, right.
Reminds me of Monty Python, The Meaning of Life. You ever seen that movie?
Oh God, yeah.
You remember during childbirth, he's like, and over here we have the machine that goes bing. That's the most expensive apparatus in the whole hospital. You hear that bing? That means that your baby is still alive. It's like,
oh man. Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Maria Walker, you already got it. I'm starting to get, my eyes are starting to get, I feel like somebody threw sand in them, hot sand in them. Yeah, I'm about to call it a night, fellas.
yeah,
So
I'm ready to call it one myself.
oh man. I'm actually gonna go to bed, but the thing is, I've got this book. I wanted to share it with you guys that I had now for the last couple of months. I haven't read it yet.
Oh wow.
Can
Maps
you
of
read?
the Ancient Sea Kings.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. So I am going to go over this. This is a classic from Charles Hapgood. In the back of it, it's got I love how these old books had like things that you could buy. Hey, buy a laser gun or buy the parts to put the pieces of a laser gun together. You know, all these different books and stuff like that. NASA, Nazis, and JFK and everything else. Anyway, so this book talks about ancient maps from navigators, different voyages that they took, and everything else. and what those maps look like, coins and everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go brush my teeth, and I'm going to go down with this, and it's probably going to fall on my face in the middle of the night, but I'm going to kind of cut through this a little bit, see what I could glean from it.
The book I mentioned at the start, Jesus Christ.
Let's see.
It's called the Adventio
Fortunata. Yep.
Fortunata.
I'm gonna look at getting a copy tonight.
And this is all that remains of a book. The whole book was missing around the time of Mercator.
Missing.
This is the remaining excerpts that can be found from it. It's not very much, but it's printed really small. I have to use a magnifying glass to actually see. Hang on, let me get to where there's the wordy words. There we go. See, it's printed extremely small.
Huh.
So I have a magnifier that I lay on it to look at it. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but
okay. Oh, let me explain. Let me show you something. So in this map right here, they show Africa, right? And what's one of the things that we see? Oh man, I hope you can see it. All right.
Yeah,
so they show Africa, and right there's the Red Sea. You know what you don't see? If you look at this, this is basically a gridded version of this right here. You know what you don't see? You don't see what turns the Sinai Peninsula into a peninsula. You don't have those two bodies of water that come up. So one thing I noticed is that the maps from the 1500s, those didn't exist. If you look at Urbano Monti's map of 1587, those weren't there. It's called like the Strait. No. That's
the Strait of Hormuz.
No. The Strait of Hormuz is further north. That right there separates Saudi Arabia from Iran. Saudi Arabia in that region down there.
All right. I know what you're talking about.
Right. So that's where the Strait of Hormuz is, and then you got Qatar and all that other stuff, Kuwait. But no, if you go further west, I'm sorry. If you go further west, that's where you'll come across the Red Sea and entering it, the Gulf of Aden, the Red Sea, the Strait,
right.
Bab el-Mandeb, right there, right as you enter the Gulf. I think it's the Arabian. I think it might be. No, that's not the Arabian Gulf.
See, it shows right now that the Mediterranean and then goes into the Red Sea between Saudi Arabia, and then what you're talking about is
it should be the Indian Ocean that goes. Okay. Yeah, it's the Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean goes into the Arabian Gulf, goes into the Gulf of the Strait of Bab el-Mandeb, right? That's what separates Yemen from Africa. That's
right. The Gulf of Aden.
And then it takes you into the Gulf of Aden. Yes.
Right.
And then once you go up
Djibouti, you go right by this little narrow spot, Djibouti.
Yeah, Djibouti, like
and then up through the Red Sea.
The other one, Eritrea and all that, right along the thing. Then you go up. Yeah. Then when you go further up, you're gonna come across the Sinai Peninsula. It looks like a shark's tooth. Looks like a big old shark's tooth.
Yep. And it's like Egypt, and then goes up on the right to Jordan, Israel.
Yes. So back in the 1500s, on the right side and the left side, those bodies of water never existed. So there was no Sinai Peninsula back then.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
that
this
would be
map,
something definitely note.
Yeah. This map shows that. This map it basically reflects Urbano Monti's map of 1587. Yep. Wild as shit. Yep. Look at Urbano Monti's map. Look right up there.
Yeah, man. I love those old maps. That David Rumsey website is completely invaluable. I mean, that thing, so many maps and shit. I was looking up maps of where I grew up from like the 1800s to see what I could find that was there at the time when, you know, and then you see where everything grew up around it and everything. Really
this guy's got atlases that are like 4.5 feet high.
Wow.
Atlas books, atlases, 4.5 feet high. And I'm like, damn. And then they brought me so many different maps out. They brought me a South Polar view map of the world. Looked like shit. Looked like dog shit. Didn't look right. And I was like, thank you. I looked at it. I was like, I can't do anything with this. It was a nice try though. They brought so many different maps, so many different old maps that I'd requested. But yeah, they were totally useless. Equidistant, azimuthal. Of course, but the biggest fish of maps that of course I was going through was Monty's map. But that whole place is it's a treasure. David Rumsey left them a big treasure, and they hold this guy in such high regard, and he's still alive. He's young. He's like 82 years old now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, still around. He's still around.
Well, I actually ordered my Urbano Monte map from them. Got a reprint of it on a 30 by 30 sheet. Now I have it. I just have to get a custom frame for it because you can't find a 30-inch by 30-inch frame. It's just next to impossible. I have to get it custom done.
Yeah, and then you have to buy the pane of glass unless you want to use like a plexiglass, something cheap.
Right.
You know.
So I don't know. One of these days I'll take it to a professional framing place or something and have it done. God knows what that'll cost, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It can go up on the wall with the rest of my shit. I got a Mercator map over here, the North Pole, and then I got the Gleason's map is right here. You know, so
yeah, I want to kind of replace this one. This thing is like 140 pounds, though. This whole fucking thing. Yeah.
Heavy hooks in the wall.
Yep. I've got some big, heavy ones in there. The big, heavy duty stuff in there just to keep this thing up there. I love this map, though. But I want to take it down and put a big actual map. Good old map in there. Oh, well, that's enough for tonight from me, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys do your thing. Family, I'm retired for the night. I think I'm gonna retire. But Disclord, you there?
Yep.
All right. Sorry, we didn't let you say. We sat there just flapping our gums, man. We ain't even let you say shit, Disclord. My bad, brother.
Man, I was just listening and listening. It's all good.
Bad. Yeah. My bad.
I didn't say much.
It's okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through this book here, and I'm gonna find some interesting stuff, and I think this is some stuff that I think would be worth discussing, truly. So on Tuesday, expect a good report of this book, The Maps of the Ancient Sea Kings. Expect a good report from me on Tuesday on this. Oh man, hopefully I don't stay up all night reading this mug.
If you want, I wrote a little link in the private chat. It's just a short commercial, a fun commercial, if you want to end with that.
Okay.
Charles Hapgood, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me see. Get it from Amazon. Wie viel kostet das?
Hey, reading story.
No, that's a picture.
Oh yeah.
So, look, man, the paperback is $15.51, but you can get a hardcover for $449.95.
Oh god, yeah, I got the cheap. Notice how I got the cheap version.
Yeah, I'll sacrifice for that price cut. Shit, yeah.
I got the poor guy version.
No, I was talking about the link under that, but yeah, that's
My bad. I thought that was funny. Let me see.
That one's it's a comedy commercial, funny commercial about helmet safety.
All right.
I dag drager vi mod England! Mod skiberne!
Svend, skal du ikke have hjelm på?
Jeg synes, den er ret irriterende, den giver sådan en kløe i hårbunden.
Nå, men
Hjalmar, jeg rider forsigtigt.
der er ingen, der siger, at du ikke rider forsigtigt, Svend. Men,
Og hvad skal jeg gøre ved den, når jeg kommer frem, Hjalmar? Skal jeg rende rundt med sådan en hjelm i England?
Ja, det tænker jeg.
Ja! Hvad sker der? Svend vil ikke have hjelm på! Han siger, den klør! I hovedbunden! Jeg kan sgu ikke rigtig høre, hvad du siger. Jeg er ikke typen, der bruger hjelm.
Men det er en god idé.
Den smadrer mine sætninger!
Svend. Svend.
Ja?
I kan plyndre lige så tosset I vil. Men I tager hjelm på.
Du skal se, englænderne bruger sikkert også hjelm.
Mod skiberne!
God tur, far!
Ah.
Er du okay?
There we go. There we go.
A public service message.
Public service
I
announcement.
need to wear a helmet. Okay.
We have a lot of bicycling in Denmark. People use their bikes a lot, so it was a helmet commercial.
Mm-hmm. Helmet.
Helmut.
All right, family. Well, any last words, fellas? Any last words?
Just have discernment, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at the devil's in the details. But you got to step back and look at the macro too. You got to keep zooming in and zooming out, zooming in and zooming out. That's where you're going to see the glaring errors at. So do that with everything and beware of that perception deception. Just because you like the way somebody looks or their personality on a show, or they got really cool t-shirts, or they have a shitload of subscribers, or because they've been on Roseanne, or whatever the fucking case, man, shit can all that and just take the information, run it through the meat, this little noodle thing you got up here in your brain, run it through, use logic, use common sense, look for any glaring holes, and then make your own decision. Am I accepting this information because everybody else is, or am I accepting this information because I've run it through the noodle and it seems to be valid and true? That's what you got to do. That's the unchaining your mind part of this, man.
Yeah. And it's tough. It's easy to say, but I understand it's tough. But if you really want truth, sometimes you just got to walk away.
Yeah.
Sucks, but it is what it is, man. That's why I always do my best. All I want is the truth, man, and I give it to you guys straight, man, and I try to rock with people that do the same thing, so we stay consistent. Like I make it to where, hey, abandon me, follow the truth. Abandon me, follow the truth. I don't even try to keep you around me. If you think I'm hiding something or concealing something, you need to move on to somebody that's going to give you the truth. I'll never keep you from pursuing the truth, ever, ever, ever. And if you think that's where I'm headed, that's down the path I'm headed, you need to run from me and don't come back. So and I won't ever do that. And I'll do myself to surround myself with people that are in line with what the truth is. So that's right, truth above
I'm
all.
going to go on record. I'm going to go on record once again to say that if I ever recant flat Earth, I've been compromised.
There it is. There it is. I'll just blink 3 hard times and I'll be like, it's always been a globe. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then he'll be like, all right, he's got caught. He's caught. They got him.
Yeah.
Discord.
Well, making that public declaration right there.
Yeah, right.
That leaves him with no other option other than to take me out completely. So give it a shot. Let's party. That's what I got to say.
Nope. Discord, what you got?
Good stuff as always, and all of that good stuff.
Yep.
And I wish everybody a good night, good evening, good morning, and all that good stuff. Yeah. Let's leave it at that.
All right. I appreciate you. And everybody out there on that side of the world, good morning. That side of the world, good night. And everywhere else, what's happening, what's good. Either way, we're saying goodbye for the night over here in the US. Wish you guys nothing but the best. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity. Most of all, wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. I don't know. I might feel a little bit froggy tomorrow, and you might see me again tomorrow. If not, Sunday for sure, for sure. Either way, family, wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. You guys have a good night. You guys enjoy it. It was fun rocking with y'all. And with that, love you. I'm out. We love you. We're out. Peace. Adios.
Peace.
Adios, y'all. Peace.